man.
Hey everyone, we are back here once again with another episode of the MSK show, and this is going to be episode 95. So, as you guys know, me and Professor Savage Dad usually do the show that we do on either Tuesdays and Thursdays, and most of the time Sundays. We're going to do the show Sunday, but he ended up getting sick. So I ended up just hanging out with Arza and Tiny. And as you guys know, when Tiny talks to me about comic book stuff, my brain just tries to escape my skull because listening to a woman just feels so bad most of the time. I was like, oh my God, a woman talking. But I told Arza we were going to talk about the whole like Gamergate thing, which ended up exploding on Twitter the past 48 hours, actually. So we're going to do that video here because we would do videos on this show anyway. And then he's going to leave after that because he has to go to bed for school. And then me and Savage Dad are going to talk about some comic book stuff because it's past Arza's bedtime. And we have to make sure he gets to school in the morning.
I cannot believe this disrespect, MSK.
What are you talking about? It's not. It is Tuesday. I can have my Tuesday jokes now. Hell yeah. But as you guys know, so people are probably going to ask me about this as I made a couple of tweets about it that got some decent traction. Camelot using 3D assets, or Camelot's artist using 3D assets in its comic book campaign, and then nobody in CG having the same amount of outrage they had for him as they had for Eric July doesn't really surprise me at all because it was honestly just a one-sided thing. And later on, when we get into like the Gamergate stuff, I'm gonna say something that is pretty mean, but you guys know I'm always honest anyway, so it's something I do believe. But if we're going off of just the Camelot thing, people need to understand this as far as if you're a creator, because I think all the best creators ever learned this. People are just kind of gonna accept anything as long as it's somewhat decently put together. Like, I'll use it in the most bare minimum, low tier way of saying this. So there's cereal that is name brand, and then there's cereal that is not name brand. Average people know, hey, this cereal is not name brand, and I'll just buy that off-brand cereal because it tastes pretty much the same. Yeah, as long as it's a somewhat decently put together product, people are going to buy it. That's it.
Look, I've bought every single Eric July book. The only one I'm missing right now is Bloodruth just because I haven't had the funds. I haven't read any of them. I've read Isom, and I read Isom a year after I bought it, and it wasn't that great. It's a 7 out of 10 book.
That's a black guy.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I could say a 7 out of 10. Isom wasn't knocking anything out into the stratosphere. And I think MSK and I were both pretty fucking clear about that. The second book was clearly a better book. But the point is that, like, and I was talking to you about this before, like, he went from being like pseudo comics gatey kind of indie thing to small time publisher. And that's kind of the distinct difference I see between an Eric July and an Ethan Van Sciver. Ethan Van Sciver is an artist who got shit canned because he never delivered on time. Period. That's it. He's still that. He's the same fucking guy he always was. Nothing changed. Eric July started off not even as a crowdfund. He laid out his life savings to start a business. And he made a business. That's what it is. That is the difference. That is it. And so many people in this little war between them don't fucking get the difference, but it's night and day for me. It's why I don't even pay attention to Ethan's bullshit anymore. He's arguing past the point and doesn't understand the fact that Eric July isn't what he is. Eric July may be a creative in his business, but he runs that business. He's bringing in professionals who are better at it than him to do work for him.
The
hey, I
notion
can't
of
think
calling
of
it
a better
war,
fucking guy than Chuck Dixon too.
The notion of calling it a war is very wrong. It's not a war. It is a level 1 commoner trying to throw stones at a level 20 god.
Yeah,
it's basically
such a different world.
It's Toad trying to fight Wolverine.
Yeah, and it didn't start out that way, but this is the thing that Ethan never understood. He never understood. He stole Comicsgate under the auspices that he'd make a business out of it. But Ethan Van Sciver is not the kind of person who knows how to handle money, to run a business. And he might be a creative. Nobody can take away his raw artistic talent when he actually fucking uses it. On the occasions where he's not just tracing or using his own 3D assets.
Him coming from the mainstream publisher, you saw the clip of him and Shane. He literally looks down on people that didn't come through like the mainstream. Like, and that's
he still thinks he's the biggest fucking. That's the thing. That's his ego, dude. He had 15 minutes of fame in the comic industry compared to like people like, again, a better artist than him, like Jim Lee, who actually sold out. I'll admit completely. And I don't have a lot of respect for what he did on the business side, but Jim Lee was not consistent, but more consistent than Ethan. And there are other artists out there who you could keep on the level of Ethan Van Sciver, who did actually turn out books and kept working for some time. Now, maybe they play with the politics of the day at the fucking the comic book company, but still, Ethan wants to act like he was some sort of victim. Ethan is not a conservative. Ethan is not right-wing. Ethan isn't a real Trump supporter. Ethan is grifting to make money as much of it as he can for as long as he can to try to be relevant. And he thought this is a niche where he would be relevant all of a sudden. He tried to grift on the guys with Geeks and Gamers, and Nerdrotic and all of them. And they kind of saw through his shit. And so did so many other people. At this point, as far as I'm concerned, Ethan Van Sciver is a has-been. He's putting out nothing. And if you were an artist who creates nothing and has nothing to provide to the artistic community that you're a part of, are you really an artist or are you a has-been?
Yeah.
Because everything that Ethan has ever done that anybody really gave a shit about on any scale is far behind him.
Or even
the guy that did the Soul Coronary, though.
Doug Ernst, who did the Soul Finder series, he tried to hire him for a book to do something for a collaborational effort. And then Ethan literally was so lazy he couldn't even bother communicating with the guy. Like, he wasn't canceled because of his politics. People that were inside that situation said he wasn't canceled because of that. And you could believe that he would lie, because he's lied about so much shit. Like, I don't even know what his positions are on certain things, because literally he'll have a position on one thing and then the next day completely switch it at the top of the heel. Like the 3D asset thing. Nobody made a big deal about the 3D asset thing until he did. Him and that one random guy with the one random black guy, I presume, that Twitter account that tried to pull up all that sketch stuff. And I told people this too. I don't care if he used it. I forgot the artist it was Cliff Richards. I don't care that Cliff used them. I'll be honest with you. I don't care. I really, truly don't care. Also,
I don't care that fucking Camelot's artists use them. Like, nobody fucking. And it's funny. I was listening to that post from Student of God earlier, where most of Comicsgate is basically just fucking ignoring Camelot. You had Ethan push him to go and do this shit, and then they basically just said, "Nah."
And then you had some people who were like. And then after that, you had some people who were like, oh, no, but they wouldn't do that to him. This is why the average person is stupid. Why would you, just because you like somebody on camera, everyone, does not automatically mean they're just some saint when they're not on camera. It's actually more plausible they would be a saint on camera because that's their on-camera personality. For some reason, average people just don't know the distinction between that. You could explain to them till you're blue in the face and they won't get it, actually.
Well, it's also the difference between a good content creator and a great content creator. A good content creator, like, I'm not going to say EVS isn't a good content creator. He probably isn't, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because there are a lot of people like him. They're able to sell you a character and make it believable for the longest period of time. That's what really leads to things like lolcows as well, though, are good content creators. The great content creator, though, Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, Hypnotic, Yellow Flash, they're great content creators because they don't hide who they are. Sure, they might not show their face, but they're completely and utterly open about the person they are. They are not putting on a character when they turn on the camera. Who they are on the camera is who they are in real life.
And everyone saw that you had Vito, who was basically Vito and Richard was on the stream and Frog Tony. Vito was criticizing Camelot's Indiegogo campaign. There was like spelling errors or whatever. Vito is the last person that should be criticizing anybody when it comes to comic book campaigns. That, like, if he was criticizing me, I would literally not listen. You know, there's this thing that I heard, I think Andrew Tate say one time. You should selectively take advice from certain people because certain advice has led people down a pathway of just bad, right? And there's certain advice other people have taken that have led them down a good path. So Vito is the literal last person who should be criticizing anybody on the Indiegogo campaign when he's literally not going to be able to fulfill this thing anytime soon, and now has to have Ethan redraw some shit for him. I would never take advice on anything.
When you're in a controversial field, sometimes criticism, it tells you you're doing the right thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And right, because this is something really basic that he criticized Camelot on. I'm not the hugest Camelot fan, obviously. I don't really care for them all that much. I don't really watch this stuff anyway. After that ads shit, I was pretty much out on the guy. Vito criticized Camelot not having an opening trailer right here on the Indiegogo campaign. He doesn't have one either. This is how you know this guy is stupid and full of shit, and nothing he says matters. Keep in mind, this just happened less than 24 hours ago. He said Camelot should have a trailer on his Indiegogo campaign. If you go to Vito's, he doesn't have one.
No.
It's that simple why you should not listen to a guy like that.
Out of curiosity, how much are these books?
If you $20 or $20 to $25 plus shipping.
So that means that these books aren't actually that much. That's a little high. But that doesn't mean that these books... The reason I ask is because there comes a point where you're not really competing. There's space in the market for everybody. $20 a book isn't too extreme every couple of months. So the truth of the matter is Vito, Camelot, the EVS, all these people who are constantly fighting each other, they're not competing with each other. They are in a complementary market. Most people have the excess money to buy both campaigns because they're not that expensive campaigns. It's the same thing with videos. People have
that depends though, man.
I mean, I'm not saying everyone does.
Are overpriced.
I do agree that these campaigns are still overpriced, but like a lot of people who, if they want to buy it, they will find a way to buy it without.
I see your point. I've told people the same thing. These people don't even understand how we should really just do a tier list of comic book publishers out there. So this is how I broke it down, easy for anyone to understand. There's DC Marvel, that'd be like your S tier. I'm talking just based off known publishers, not like quality of books. That would be subjective anyway. So S tier, Marvel, DC. A tier, Image. B tier, Dark Horse, IDW, boom. That's your B tier. C tier is like Titan Books, Mad Cave. Who else you got in there?
Antarctic
Press. Scout Comics got kicked out because they were late. So put them down to like B tier. Just right there. Look how many people Dynamite Entertainment I would throw in there as like C tier, right? Skybound is with Image, so they're all technically that's the same. And then after all, and remember we talked about a bunch of other indie people a few weeks ago. We're talking about the price increasing on the comic books. Actually, there's a bunch of other indie comic book publishers out there. There's Valiant, someone I would throw in there for like a C tier, actually. And then you have these buttfuck random losers like Vito that do their own comic book. It's like people know that Image Comics can produce weekly indies a week. Okay, you're not like what Arza said is true. People don't listen to me when I say this, but maybe the white man is saying to listen. You're not competing. You cannot compete with Image.
Look at it this way. The reason why I didn't buy Vito's book isn't because I bought Ripa's book. I didn't buy Vito's book because A, I don't know who Vito is, and B, he sounds like a total tool bag. I buy Ripa's books because I like him, but I'm also, when Yellow Flash launches his book, I'm buying his book because it doesn't matter if
it looks interesting.
If it was through I'm buying it because I like it.
Subconsciously believe he's gonna deliver. You subconsciously didn't believe Vito wouldn't deliver. I didn't. I don't know anything about Vito, so that's not a thing for me.
I bought Drunk 3PO's book, Achromatic Chronicles Blue, because he's proven quantity. I already got the first book.
Yeah.
I got the original book on the original campaign that he did. He delivered. And he delivered exactly what he said he was going to deliver. A very clever children's story that was good for kids. And my middle son enjoyed it. He likes the color blue, though. But so green, not a problem for me. I'm in for that. Also, not even just that. I believe the book is like $30 or so, or 35, but it's a decent sized graphic novel. You're getting, I think, about over 100 pages on Achromatic, if not damn close to it. That is an acceptable price point. But when I'm paying $35 for fucking Cyberfrog blood honey. Afford it. This is my problem with that one too. I have blood honey. I read it. It is a $40 book or $35. I don't remember what the fuck I paid for it. For 40 pages.
Floppy.
40 pages, basically a floppy. But not only that, all it really was for like the first half to 2/3 of the book was rehashing or blowing over like really quickly all of the shit that already happened in warts and all beforehand.
I mean, to be
and all
fair,
the
how long it takes to get those books, you need it.
Huh?
For
Given
the
how
first
long it takes you to
campaign-
get those books, you need it.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I forgot how long it
that's
took
the
them
thing,
to do
though,
blood
dude.
honey. Didn't it take
Then
them like
took
3
what,
years to do
2
that?
years?
I have no
I think it
idea.
was
3 years to finish
I've
blood
literally-
honey fulfillment. And
I've
then
only
Dark
known about
Harvest still isn't finished, or not Dark Harvest, but what the fuck is
Wreck
the second
Planet.
one? Yeah, Wreck Planet.
I only know
which
about
people
EVS
still haven't got.
because of I watched one of the Yellow Flash streams I watched. It kicks off with Yellow Flash saying he's no longer associated with EVS, and that's my only experience with EVS, aside from a lot of the news.
I think there was a point that some people found out some shit about him from someone, because it's kind of like it rolled through Eric July, and then the Yellow Flash one stuck out, but then something that Yellow Flash is gracious enough to not dump on the world, literally overnight changed his mind about the guy. And Yellow Flash was playing the happy, like in between, between even people from people from Nerdrotic Show showed up there. EVS still showed up there. Eric July was still with Yellow Flash. Yellow Flash was like fucking Switzerland for the longest fucking time. And then all of a sudden, like that overnight, boom.
He was
He's
on
done with EVS.
Kino Casino, and he explained a little bit about why he didn't want to have EVS around. Because one of the main things he said was that he would talk shit about his friends on stream, and then that would be severely awkward for him. And then he would have to like privately calm the fires down afterwards.
I mean, you and I know because we went over this shit with Mandy. He was the one that basically exposed her for basically fingering herself on stream to get discount artwork done for her book. I mean,
she blamed. I literally said she looks like a lady that would do that. I wasn't gonna. People know I can tell a whore. All I said was she looks like someone that would do that.
Go figure. Come on, with a performative accent like that, are you surprised?
Yeah, you didn't say that, and she blocked
that
me.
Much.
We didn't believe. We were just going over the news as it literally unfolded.
Well, I didn't believe it because it came out from EVS. It was his own fucking voice. You could hear him on the call, and then it was just like, I don't know if I believe EVS, but I didn't say she looks like somebody who would do that. I said she looks like somebody who could do that because she's an attractive and dopey fucking comic book artist dudes who never got pussy in their life are going to see something like that with some fake titties and just be like, I'm all in, let's go. Mm-hmm. I'll do half fucking my page rate for your stupid gem book self-insert fucking garbage.
Dude, someone said she had to show her oh my god, someone said she had to show her stank coochie to get art done for her book.
Well, the EVS said it, dude. He was the one who fucking put it out to the world.
But no, her and EVS are tight. She said, "Me and EVS are good." Okay, that just proves to you right there. Women are stupid.
Needs EVS to sell that book because no one else is buying it.
Women are stupid. Women are literally some of the dumbest people ever. Literally, if we didn't exist, civilization would burn to the ground. Literally, he talked so much shit about her. She knows about it, and she's like, "No, that's still my guy. That's still my friend." Why are women allowed to vote?
No, for a second that wasn't going to be legit because she started floating around with the guys over at Nerdrotic. She showed up on like BBC more than a couple times. And then EVS put the kibosh on that pretty bad. Like she went out basically to show him that she'll ditch him in a heartbeat because she showed up on their shows. She was with Az and Gary on bagging and boarding and chatting, and like I bet that just fucking set EVS off. But I mean,
dude, I remember when Ethan told Iron that Mandy's not a CG king because she didn't work in the mainstream because that was supposed to be what the show was for. Mainstream post.
Yeah, he says that about all of them. And then he says
that's-
fucking guys like
That's how you know
Vito
that
and
this man
fucking
doesn't stand by anything. It's
Flippa.
because he'll say like, "Oh,
No.
this show's for this reason," but then that's all changed now. That's all you have to do, though.
Flippa just spurging out that he's Comicsgate now or some shit? He doesn't even have a fucking comic book. Like, the people that Ethan associates with now tell you all you need to know about who Ethan Van Sciver is and always was. Frankly, besides that, then he's got that fucking progeria having crackhead dude that does the fucking puppet shows. Like, Ethan doesn't even create the content. All Ethan does is stream.
He has a drag queen.
All of us can stream.
He has like a drag queen on his show. It's the white guy with the long hair who dresses in skimpy girl outfits.
Doesn't surprise me. No, Ethan Van Sciver is a degenerate, and he has been for a long time. We all watched him do crack in a parking lot. We don't even need to fucking talk about it anymore. He gave up the ghost already. It's over for him. Done. He's cooked. He's cooked. He's baked. He's smoked. He's cracked out.
Oh God, man.
As far as I'm concerned, EVS is over. I've written off the fucking $80 I burned on Rainbow the Brute. I'll never fucking see that book. But whatever, it's a loss. Lesson learned. That Rainbow the Brute's lack of coming out now or being released even at all when it was supposed to be, and the time it takes, like this had downstream effects on my whole interest, and was what kind of nailed the epitaph of Comicsgate to the wall for me, was between that and how mediocre Godlike was, and how many fucking faux pas that came out in that book. I'm sorry, but fucking 4 pages of black ink, bro. Fucking padding your numbers so you can get to like 80 or 90 pages to give me a story about a character that you didn't even show in character for the whole fucking book. Fuck that, dude. And it took him 3 years. It took Malin 3 years to put that out. And this is the problem I have with indie writ large, is I am an OG fucking comic book guy. I read my books monthly or quarterly or whatever, and I'm looking for people who are going to produce shit and give a story to me that I'm not going to wait a decade for. I'm not going to wait a decade for fucking John Malin's Dune, Harry Potter ripoff wannabe fucking godlike story. I'll be 50 by the time it's done. Just for the first, not by the time the whole story's done. I'm just talking the first 3-issue fucking arc of whatever the fuck he is going on. Why would I wait that long for mediocrity? And I mean, even Cyberfrog, that's what it was for the most part. Really good art with mediocre story. Like any other comic book artist who ever delved into the world of writing, great art, mediocre story, and it's 100% fucking late on fucking delivery. Every time,
we were saying,
even in the mainstream.
With Rippa, we don't mind if the story's kind of mediocre. It's comics. We don't need the greatest story in the world, but respect your audience and deliver what they're paying for when they pay for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, dude, and not even just that, man. He went out there and he got a writer who was really persecuted for his beliefs, but still managed to find a way to actually fucking work. I mean, the big two won't work with Chuck Dixon, but he's worked in Hollywood. He's done film. He's writing his own book. He's got publishers who put his books out. He's having one of his books turned into a movie. Chuck Dixon actually knew how to work with people and maintain good relationships, even if he didn't agree with them politically. He knew how to stay in the industry. Chuck Dixon is a real fucking legend. Ethan Van Sciver was a fucking tourist compared to Chuck Dixon's work. And what Chuck put out with like Alpha Core, was it his greatest work? No, but it's easily the best written book that I had so far in the Rippaverse. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to get the same when I actually sit down and read Horseman.
It was what, $20 for 150 or 120 pages, I think it was.
Exactly. And I know I'm going to get the book. It's already fucking printed. It's already gone. It's already done.
My Alpha Core and my Horseman are in my closet. You can't see because it's dark, but they're in my closet. I can grab them. I haven't read them yet. I've leafed through Alpha Core. It looks good.
The art is great. The inking was the biggest issue. There were too many inkers, so it led to some inconsistencies.
Though admittedly, I'm not like a comic critic.
Oh, I mean, when we review it, I'm critical, but it's like, it's not, it's not that I'm kicking it out of bed for eating crackers over.
Almost done.
I like the
They're not
notion of comic books. I don't read comics. I buy comics. I love buying comics. I have a ton of omnibuses. I have Absolute Death.
Yeah.
I had a kick for a while where I was trying to find the oldest comic book I could buy. My oldest is 77.
Nice.
Just start slow. For me, I just start slow because, like, for me with comics, I can't read them fast. I don't know how people do that. I have to take my time reading something so I can fully get it.
I just don't have the time, or I'd burn through them. Like
I
this
just don't like
that I've been sitting on. I just haven't taken the time.
I just don't like the time it takes to read things in general. I don't like the time
TikTok generation.
You
guys just do scrolling.
Plenty of people use comics, books, musical instruments as fucking window dressing. It's not like it's a different thing. It's just decor for some people, and that's fine.
What's up, Sci-Fax? How you doing,
you like
man?
the look of them. You like them around. That's a thing. That's the way it is.
Vito's a hack. Definitely.
Someday I'll read them.
Vito's a hack. Definitely never understood how anyone watches him. He's also fat.
Vito's just more interested in small children than he is in actually finishing his book.
He's just like Dr. Big Disrespect. He doesn't do the major leagues. He prefers the minors. Sorry. I sorry. I had to do that one. Oh shit. Oh fuck. All right. Never got why people complained about Rippaverse prices, and then he got bigger and the prices went down because he got better deals. That's how that works. Dude, these people don't buy comics. They're not.
What are you talking about, What are you talking about? Rippaverse's books are cheaper because he's going out of business, obviously.
Right?
Yeah, it's happening tomorrow.
So this is the thing that most people don't get. I think I'm just going to be very honest here. Given the way people talk about comics, I can tell, they would never admit this, I can tell you're not a fan of comics because of how they talk about just comics in general. They don't know history of comic books, storylines, creators, anything. I think a lot of people only watched like what was going on with Comicsgate at a single point and then watched a bunch of YouTubers talk about comic books. They themselves never bought any, or at some point had stopped buying comics, but they hadn't bought anything past like the 90s. And then these are people that apparently have this like super knowledgeable base in their minds of comic books, yet they don't actively buy anything anymore. They don't talk about what they like about comics at all. I truly don't think a lot of people even own comics. They're just in this for drama. Like, look, I think they've only been watching it through like maybe EVS's point of view or Shane's point of view or Eric's point of view. Like, they're not actually comic book fans at all.
Dude,
I'm going to be
seriously. These are the like this shit that I got right here. These Christmas books are probably the first floppies I've bought in the better part of a decade. Like, it's been a minute. There was a Wolverine one we got for Deadpool and Wolverine. But I don't buy floppies anymore. I don't go. I mean, I go to the comic book store on Wednesdays lately just to get the Christmas Batman book because this fucking Batman Santa crossover. As I've told MSK before at Arza, if you don't know, I fucking love comic book superhero Christmas story fucking shit. Like, I haven't seen it in a long time. So when I saw that there was all of this stuff dropping new, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go give this a read. This is fun. I read the first Batman Santa Claus crossover trade. Fucking great. So, but I usually don't like buying floppies anymore.
I'm going to show you something. If you can share this. This is my floppies.
Most people just prefer trade paperbacks or just graphic novel format or omnibuses. Like even Shane, that old fucking retarded idiot, he said trade paperbacks are killing floppy interest because people would just rather wait for a full run. Yeah, so there's an even bigger incentive there to actually create a good story. You have to basically create a good story up front. Yeah, that's the thing is you have to create a good story up front to keep people's interest in going like, okay, there's going to be a trade eventually, but I'm so in love with the series. I love reading it. I can't wait. Like, so these guys dropping books 3 to 4 years late hurts them even more because people are just going to wait until there's issues 1 through 3 there just to buy all at once.
Dude, Jim Lee's return to Batman. I'm not buying the fucking floppies for that. Not at fucking all. I'll wait for the trade because I know that shit's going to be late.
Look, I'm going to sound like the most generic Zoomer, not great comic consumer because I admittedly am not. My introduction to my first introduction was I had a giant compendium of a ton of Spider-Man books. It was like the first 100 or so Spider-Man books in like a giant ass compendium. So I've read all of those a dozen times. And then I stopped reading for a few years, and then I found the Injustice comics, and I got reintroduced to it through Injustice, which was, the main draw for normie Zoomers into comics. I read the Mortal Kombat comics back then, and then I kind of didn't read comics, but like I follow a lot of comic book fact pages on Instagram. I used to.
Yeah.
And then I just randomly, I ordered a couple of omnibuses because like I already owned Watchmen and Killing Joke, because there was a good comic shop back where I lived. But if you can pull it up, MSK, I sent you what my floppy collection looks like. And my newest floppy is from 2020, and it was a mistake. It was in a bundle of mystery comics. Most of my floppies are from before 1990. I admit it looks horrible in that picture. They're standing up straight now. I had a omnibus I took out of there. But hell, I don't even have most of them bagged. Well, the ones that are bagged, I bought bagged.
Oh, dude. I've got so many that aren't boarded. They're only bagged, but I've sent MSK with the pictures of my collection. I'm no John's long box. I'm not as my collection isn't as gigantic as his, but in this sphere of people that we run with, I probably have the biggest one, not to toot my horn or anything, but I was collecting ever since 1993.
Did you have a
meta from 1993 until 2013?
Did you just basically say a metaphorical dick joke?
But of all really anything to do with my dick at all, it's the collection. But I have like 25,000 individual issues. I don't know. It's been a while since I counted.
I have an Excel sheet with all my comics.
That's just issues.
But
I had an access database of them a million years ago, but it's way the fuck out of date.
Cyphex says Alpha Core has been the best one so far. Yeah, I agree. Alpha Core, I haven't read Horseman yet either, but Alpha Core still to me is the best one. Try to read a Brandon. I can't read novels, man. I don't got people do it, man. It's so boring. I can talk about them. I'll be the guy that'll read their synopsises on like web pages. I'm not sitting there reading the book. That's gay.
But like of those comics that I showed you, the only one of those that I've read is I've read half of Watchmen.
You've read half of Watchmen. Holy crap. We lost him, boys.
Like I got that giant compendium.
A hard one to start with, man. That's a hard one to start with.
I have the huge compendium. I love the book, but I'm like, I'm in class. I'd rather not read right now. And I kind of just stopped.
Bruh.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Great panels.
It's like when you read comic books, when you're actually reading them and you finally sit down and do it, you're actually invested. I try to be as invested as I can. But I read a good amount of indie stuff too. Like, when like an indie creator's like, my stuff's better than the mainstream. It's like, it's really not though. Like they're about even. It's just about even, really. It's no real better, honestly.
I agree with Divinity Comics. Reading comics is gay.
Like, I don't think I've not read an indie comic at all this year that has been better than Daniel Warren Johnson's Transformers first volume at all. Nothing's topping that.
Although, I would say that the best, like, in all honesty, I'm going to go for the best indie, and I'm going to sometimes I separate them. Like I said, I don't count Rippaverse stuff as indie anymore. Like you said, he's kind of on the B or C tier of publishers list at this point.
It's
he's
about
just
like
a small scale publisher.
Yeah. Iconic Comics get thrown
he's up there with like Antarctic Press or something. And Antarctic Press actually at least has some fucking testicles. They'll put out based creators books. But the indie stuff, so far the best stuff that I've read this year from indie is going to be the Dean Cain All-American Lawman.
Yeah, that one was really good.
Gabe is a pro. But like what Vaughn did with Phenomenova is actually pretty good, dude. It was decent.
I do need to order that book.
Dude, it's surprising, man. He's a young guy. He's kind of like the future of what's going on out there in the indie space. And actually, even though John is not a young man, guys like John's Longbox. And I'm going to read Heroic Tales this week, maybe tomorrow, if I have time. I'm off tomorrow. I'm going to get some books caught up on, but I've got Christmas to do, so we'll see. I've got decorations, wrapping, all kinds of shit.
I know you're busy, but I've had some comic ideas that they're nowhere near actually ever being put on paper. But I was wondering if I could run those by you at some point.
Yeah, sure.
Have you tried doing it as a novel?
Huh?
Do you think it'd be better to just do it as
a novel?
That's
what At Sauce did.
I'm not sure. I've had a lot of ideas, but the problem is, first of all, I can't draw for shit. And like when I write novels, I'm super passive in my voice.
I've got a
My
tip
writing
for
voice is
you.
rough.
If you just find an artist who's into dudes and you whip it out backstage on a stream. I know a professional that proved that this.
I'm just
Hey,
saying,
Savage Dad, you're missing some context here. I think
I'm
into that.
Out here. Comic books cost a lot of money.
No, that's right. Yes, I remember. I do remember you're into that. So you just need to find an artist who was also into that, and then there you go.
I'm just gonna point out
stage work.
Comic books cost a lot of money. Just and the novel route is so much more cheaper. You know, all you gotta do is just get one guy to do a cover art page and just kind of edit and format the back of the book.
That's what Bat Sauce did.
Yeah, that's what BS1
He's got a book
did
on
too.
Amazon.
Theo's whipping it out.
There's lots of
ways
to go.
To get what you want. That's just
I guess just one small question.
Yeah,
because I think I've come up with an original power that no one else has come up with before. As I haven't seen it, so I've been trying to
get me laid.
Get myself. No power could do that, but I'm trying to figure out if it's actually an original idea or if I stole it from somewhere without knowing, or someone's already come up with it. Are you familiar with a character who has the ability to make other mutants' powers activate without their control?
Shit.
So, for instance, if he were to like focus on Sue Storm, she'd turn invisible and she'd create barriers without being able to.
Isn't this just basically like Bobbity from Dragon Ball Z?
I don't know.
So there was a character.
So like in Dragon Ball Z, there's Bobbity and there's Guru. They could unlock someone's potential or latent abilities.
Now I've got to look up this character's name. So there is.
No, not Charles. No, that's not Franklin. Franklin's Fantastic Four. Professor X's son?
No. This was Rachel Summers, and I'm trying to remember what her initial fucking power set was. Was it Rachel Summers? Where the fuck? No, this is the wrong one. Where?
For like an easy one, basically imagine he's fighting Superman, and he uses his power on Superman. Superman's eye lasers will now activate, and he can't turn them off. He can't control the intensity. He can't turn off the eye lasers. He can't land. He's stuck flying. He can't control his strength.
I know there's mind control. No, it was Hope Summers. There's certain instances where mind control caused people to do that. Legion, certain telepaths could do that with their powers, but that was kind of controlling their minds and their bodies. It wasn't necessarily just setting their powers off. But Hope Summers, let's see. So she was the first mutant born after M Day, after the Scarlet Witch said no more mutants, and then there weren't any more mutants. So none were being created.
What a disgusting, overpowered character.
But nobody knew where she came from. Oh, dude. It wasn't an overpowered character. It was an abuse of the stupid chaos powers. It was poorly written and poorly.
Wait a second. Is this a canon story?
Yes. This is a canon character, but that's a canon story. That's a redo of a story that was done decades before. But Brian Michael Bendis is a fucking talentless hack who couldn't come up with an original fucking story. So all he fucking did was rewrite shit better creators had done before him.
You see, DC did that one time with this kind of plot line. It was Nightwing Fallen Order, which is one of my favorite comic Elseworlds, where Nightwing becomes the bad guy from World War II and just puts all people's superpowers in cryopods.
But I heard reading comics is gay.
Interesting.
Just like Family Guy.
No, buying action figures is gay, according to Ethan.
As Peter said, anybody who doesn't want to go to war is gay. And then the guy said, I'm the first one who wanted to go to the war. See?
Basically, Nightwing Fallen Order, every single hero and every single villain are in an all-out war, basically destroying Metropolis and the Earth. And he activates some kind of device. They never really say what it is, but it disables like 90% of all abilities in the universe. And then he basically gets elected as president, becomes a dictator, and creates a program where powers are fully illegal. If you have powers...
That's the route I plan to go. Had up to 10 of a story in comic format, and decided I'll switch over to a novel eventually. Well, the thing is, the reason why I always tell people to do the book first is because it's way more cost effective, and on Amazon you could essentially publish it for free. I imagine they charge you some fee to do it, but you could just basically get it out there as long as you basically only use the money that you would have made for making a comic. just hire an editor, have someone proofread it. That's where your money needs to go, basically, to an editor, proofreaders, and the person that's going to do the cover art. And keep in mind, the reason why I said the cover art really matters for a novel, I've talked to a lot of guys that have done this, that's going to be the first foot in the door for people buying your book. And then if you ever build up a big fan base with your novels, eventually be like, hey, I'm doing a comic book. I'm going to do a crowdfunding campaign and do it that way. This is way, way more cost effective. Plus, also, let's be honest here, first time, indie creators, as far as like novelists, probably aren't going to write the best literature on this planet. Just pointing out there. And you don't have to.
Shit.
All you have to do is just create something that's fun and entertaining. That's what you do, just like Mike. He says he just writes smut. So he's probably writing like two girls fingering each other and then a guy just shoving their cock in their mouth. But, it's kind of how I like to have sex. All right, time to have some fun. Ugh.
Speaking of utter degeneracy from MSK's perspective.
Right?
Good Lord.
Also, thank you so much, Master Hobo. I appreciate you watching it.
I'm only a dirty hobo on Tuesday.
Well, no, Master Hobo left a
Okay, I was
I'm
right.
I'm a romance person.
I'll put this in the chat, but yeah, Hope Summers' powers is power manipulation. So Hope is an Omega level mutant with the ability to manipulate powers of mutants in her close proximity.
Holy shit!
That's the only time I've seen that done before, though. But that is the one instance of that.
I would say I'm looking at her thing. It's not quite the same thing that I'm talking about, which is cool.
Okay.
But there is a little bit of her that connects to the same character that I'm thinking about, which is a shame. But I think the version I have is different enough that it doesn't matter.
Ready for some fun?
Yeah, dude, the powers have been used so much.
Everyone copies
MSK,
everyone.
We're ready for fun, but not gay.
Yeah.
Not gay fun. Keep it straight. Keep your dick in your
What
dick.
about the pink kryptonite that made Superman gay? I need to know.
Wait, did you say they changed it?
Canon.
They changed it.
No.
It was never canon, but they retconned it. Now it now turns him into a woman.
Why would the pink kryptonite make him gay? Why would pink make
is it like a pastel pink and a pastel blue, and it makes him basically Transer Man?
But the crazy part is that black kryptonite just took his powers away completely. So if he was exposed.
I thought that was gold kryptonite.
No, gold.
No, doesn't black kryptonite separate him into an evil and a good version?
No, black just removes it all completely. So if he's exposed to it for as long, he doesn't get his powers back at all.
Because I know at the end of Injustice,
why is black kryptonite?
I thought that's what green kryptonite did as well. Is basically
green kryptonite.
Green kryptonite's temporary and weakens him. Let me double check this because at the end of Injustice 2, the way that they imprison him is they wrap gold. They put him in a gold kryptonite brace, so he no longer has powers.
What was the story that Ethan did from DC?
No, black kryptonite separates. Black kryptonite separates. I looked it up.
Separates?
Black kryptonite, it turns you into an evil and a good version of yourself.
So does the pink kryptonite make him a man and a woman of himself? Like, does it separate?
No. So originally, pink kryptonite just turned him into a flaming homosexual who was really into Jimmy Olsen. I'm not kidding.
Why?
It just
I remember. Yep, I remember.
It just made him really horny for James Olsen.
Why would you do that,
dude? How many
lots
have
of
they made? Dude, look at
lots
this.
of it.
There's green, red, gold, blue, white, platinum, yellow, black, artificial, synthetic, silver, pink, purple.
Bruh.
Well, blue kryptonite only works on Bizarro. I think white kryptonite gives humans Superman's powers.
That was red kryptonite that made him go loony.
Dude, there's so much wild stuff that will fuck.
Well, red kryptonite makes him angry.
Oh,
well, you made someone so overpowered.
He's affected by the different kinds of suns that he runs into. Like if he's in a part of the universe where there's a blue sun, like his powers do some really wild shit. Apparently.
Also, don't forget Superman.
Breaking news! Mike just sent me the picture of my dad on Twitter.
But also, don't forget, Superman has the power to shoot out mini Supermans out of his hands.
So you know what's crazy? The same thing with the whole Green Lantern story. The White Lanterns breathe life into the world, but the black ones cause death. Why is it that white is life and black is death? I've never understood that. Where's the correlation with that?
Man, we're getting into some DEI stuff here.
No, that is a universal trend amongst every single culture to ever exist, MSK.
Yeah. But do you find it funny that the Black Lanterns cause death and EBT?
Okay, here, share my screen, MSK. I'm gonna pull it up.
Okay.
just to prove that I wasn't bullshitting.
You're fine.
See, let me see if I can find where he does it.
Why did Pink turn him?
Do they not
gay?
show it?
Let me see.
Yeah, he gained the ability to shoot mini Supermans out of his hands, so he could make other things fly.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wait, this website doesn't have the script. Oh, here it is, right here. Look, this is Superman shooting a Superman out of his hand.
Give me one sec. Pink kryptonite effects. Oh my god. Pink kryptonite alters the sexual orientation of Superman and all other Kryptonians. While it does not affect the strength of Kryptonians, it changes their orientation. In the case of Superman, it turns him gay.
And they've retconned it though, so now it just turns Superman into a woman. Which is
Of course they did.
worse.
Oh,
But they did that for they did that for a kid show. That was all. There was a little girl show with all the female characters, and Superman gets turned into a girl for a day or something.
Good lord. If white lanterns are life, then black is death, then we're living in a bad world there, boys. All right.
That is a universal trend amongst cultures, MSK.
Hey, I'm not Indian. And why do those people always like have like a fire and they do a fire with some sticks and they start dancing with like bird hats on their head and they're like shirtless or some shit.
It connects them to their gods.
Oh, good lord.
It's their form of prayer.
Oh lord. All right. We'll start when Savage Side comes back. We're gonna do our Gamergate video. I have all the tweets pulled up. Don't worry, guys. Full blown degeneracy is what we do here. Why does MSK like pink kryptonite so much? What the fuck?
Do you have all the tweets pulled up, or
I don't have the Melanie Mac ones. Do you have those? Did you bookmark them?
let me see if so I did, but I might have deleted my bookmarks. I usually clear out my bookmarks.
I mean, one of them is in the very first tweet. She's the first one there. I have
okay. You got Melanie. Okay, so if you got that, and
I have the one about like
do
gods
you have
and morals. Theos. They're all our
Let me pull it
Theo.
up. Yeah, our Theo.
He's white.
No, well, he responded to it, so it was a good response.
I have two of the Melanie Mac tweets. Yeah, they're in there. They'll be featured unless there's a third one you want.
Let me pull over. Do you remember what his Twitter handle is? I have messaged with him. I pulled it that way. I'm friends with him. I thought it'd be easier to find him. Oh, it's Theo Snod.
Melanie Mac is right. That's
no, Theo. Wait, Theo, did you not watch my fucking video? The audacity. I agree with you, and I agree with Melanie. Melanie is correct, but everyone else on that side of the aisle is wrong.
But it's not Tuesday. Give me one sec. Let's see. Okay.
Melanie Mac.
Melanie Mac being right. That's crazy. Should we bring my wife on? Probably not, because my wife hates me. Ugh. Okay, so let's see. What was Theo's tweet? Did he tweet?
I haven't seen him in a minute. What's my wife doing these days?
Theo doesn't tweet at all. He mostly just has sex with women, and then he laughs at us.
Where was it? Because I featured Theo in my on my video about it. Because
give me a sec. I'll just go over. I just find it. He doesn't tweet that much. It's probably super easy to find.
Here's one of them, but that's not the right one.
Let's see. It won't matter really. I'm pretty sure I could go over what he thinks anyway. Because I'm a genius. That's how much I'm superior. I'm superior in morals to people. Not kidding. All right, we're gonna have some fun here. So these are the 4 tweets that I found that are pretty much gonna hit the nail on the head. I'm not gonna be. I'll tell those people before you watch this video that's gonna be clicked on anyway. I'm not gonna be the nicest person with what I'm gonna bring up, but I do mean this in a way.
Oh no!
Okay, I found Theo's tweet. I found Theo's.
Just keep in mind, everyone. I'm saying these things in a way that most people who are not religious would understand where I'm coming from, right? That's just me personally. So after he sends me that, we're gonna start these clout chasing fucks.
WZ, I know it's hard to tell MSK and I apart, but just so we're clear, I'm the one who's cool. MSK is the inverse of me in every way.
But I'm black.
Yeah.
You're black? Since when?
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas to everybody.
Okay, so I'll just have this one all at the very last.
Was that a Men in Tights reference, by the way?
I'll just have it at the end of the tweets I've compiled. Of it there. Keep in mind, guys. Reason why I'm talking and making sure I'm speaking a lot slower is I burnt my mouth with hot food. So on my tongue, I was eating nacho cheese and it was hot and it burnt my tongue a little bit. So it should be over by tomorrow. So it's been hard to
obviously
speak in shows sometimes right now. Holy crap.
Because Master Hobo liked my video, everyone should go watch my video instead of MSK's video on Goonergate.
Yeah, you're not gonna have that fortune, buddy. Sorry. It's what top G's get, you know? You have to suck off all my clout to get views. Good lord, man. But it's good. I need you to suck me off for views because then I could just start eating out Chaz's ass. And then me and Savage Jack. So wait, hold on. Wait.
Is that how he started MSK's W's? You ate his ass?
So if me and Arza eat Savage Jack's ass, and then
it's a little much, I'm not gonna lie.
Wouldn't that mean we just tasted your shit?
Guys, I'm gay.
Oh shit. All right, let's have some fun. It's about to get real spicy. We've been waiting all night. The Tuesday night's main event. All right.
Hey, I'm sitting out Tuesday night's main event for you.
Goodness gracious. Yep. That's what real people do, actually. All right. I am black. Give me the beep. I'm entertaining and black. This is the most wonderful time of the year.
Negro, please.
Look, if I turn that TV on back there, it'll start playing Christmas music. Don't tempt me.
Did you know last Christmas I ate my dad's ass and the very next day he gave me away?
Ho, ho, ho!
See,
Merry Christmas to
we know that's a
everybody.
fake story because that would require MSK to know his dad.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. All right. We are in the Christmas mood to fuck EBS in his butt.
No, I don't want AIDS.
Oh, wait a minute. Wasn't there a rumor that EVS's wife is like filing for divorce or something like that?
Theo's correct about you, by the way. You are in fact a sus clip machine.
Savage, I don't know if you know this, but your clip is still going.
To everybody.
He knew.
I think he was just fucking with me. So this is a rumor that EVS's
You asked
wife is
for it.
allegedly like. There's a rumor that EVS's wife is allegedly gonna leave him.
Leaving him?
But I'm just being honest here. That's how you know women are stupid. What woman would pick that guy to be her partner?
I don't know. I heard that
Not a
she was
sane
leaving
one.
EBS to hook up with John Malin's ex-wife.
Oh, okay. That's Jerry. That's a Jerry Springer show episode. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Jerry's like, why don't you guys have sex? He spends all night in his basement streaming about a black guy he apparently doesn't like. So he doesn't fuck me good. So I went to John Malin's wife, and one night we were just sitting on the couch and we just started like eating each other out, and we just got in each other's arms. No?
Legit.
All right. Are you guys ready for Bubba? No? Wow, you guys suck ass. Are you guys not ready for a banger? No, I'm sorry, Tiny. Crib and the Hunter is not gonna be good. Sorry, Tiny. That movie's gonna fucking bomb and stink ass.
Hell, Mr. Hat.
Hello, Mr. Hat. All right. Hey everyone, I am MSK and I'm black. Wow, beep my butthole. Okay, that wasn't a try. I'm kidding. I'm joking. All right, I'm being serial now. You see? Look at all of this Riz. I'm serial. Get it?
Emotional damage.
Butt fucking. You ever had like sex with P. Diddy? No? Did you ever wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy? Did you ever kiss
No,
a
but I
girl?
do wake up in the morning feeling like Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger. I like that
That's
line.
the line from the song, right?
I think so. Yeah. Did you ever kiss a girl and like it? You ever taste?
I'm a
her
YouTuber. What do you think?
Did you ever kiss a girl just to try it?
I'm a
no.
YouTuber. What do you think?
Oh God, man! If you put that Katy Perry song, you could put that like literally on every incel YouTuber's fucking intro. Good lord.
Or MSKs.
No. I've kissed women. It's pretty good.
Mr. Hat is making up fiction.
No, I hugged Tiny at the meetup. She was pretty soft. Her boobs were actually pretty much more. Her boobs felt a lot more impactful when I got a chance to hug her.
Okay, Tiny will beat the shit out of you.
Not even close. She's like
No.
literally 110 pounds.
Tiny will beat you up.
I would probably literally just have her arm behind her
No.
back.
Tiny would beat the shit out of you.
Tiny
Remember,
liked me more because I could actually keep up with her physically by running her wheelchair a mile down to the.
She's
the
tiny
vent.
but fierce.
That was a great time.
Tiny's bad at sex.
How do you know?
I can literally. I have eyes and ears.
A little
What
much,
do you
I'm not gonna
mean?
lie.
Good lord!
I don't think Tiny worries about that kind of thing. I don't think she has that kind of concern in life.
I'm clipping this and sending it to the police.
Feel so bad for Tiny. She does not
Is
deserve
WZ
this.
clipping that right now?
Is that
Tell me
I'm
WZ
clipping it and
clipping
sending it
that
to the
right now.
police.
Wait, can you guys see when people clip you?
No. Do you have to?
If you
Download
go
the
to MSK's W's on YouTube, you can see some great clips of MSK. MSK's W's, literally. I'm not even fucking with you. It's on
I'm
pulling it
YouTube.
up
You gotta
right
find
now.
that channel. You need it
Good
in your
Lord.
life.
Do you have a cricket outside?
Oh, what now? What did you call me?
When
All right, what-
we joined, I started hearing demonic voices. I heard habla, 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 habla. What the fuck is that?
All right, you should drop the
We're
link
talking
in
about-
the private chat so I can pull that up.
God, man. Like, I
Yeah, I'll
can
find
look
it.
at a girl and tell she's gonna be good at sex, guys. It's not that hard. Literally, it's super
No.
easy.
You can tell if she has a black kid.
Well, that'd be pretty obvious. Good lord. All right, let's have some fun. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Gamergate 2 exploding, as we had basically a Twitter account post a clip of a girl just shaking her ass, and then that set off a chain reaction that made everybody question their allegiances, alliances, and friendships. But before we go down any of this rabbit hole, if you guys want to check out Professor Savage Dad's YouTube channel, Rumble channel, in my asshole, do you know what just happened? A black guy
Nope.
popped a firework outside. It's December.
That means MSK below it.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas to everybody.
Oh my god, you remember the episode of Family Guy where Peter shanked Yogi Bear? Oh god.
Master Hobo, Black Santa is called the Grinch because he comes down your chimney and takes the presents.
Oh god. I'm kidding. All right. We have to be serial here, guys. We have to produce quality content.
I have never done anything but produce quality content, except for today. My video today was, I phoned that in. It was not a good video. I was
All right.
tired.
There you go. It's in the chat.
All right, let's have some fun.
Appreciate you.
Okay, that's not helping out at all, sir. Just dropping YouTube channels and private chats.
It's for the show. It's content that Arza needs to see.
He does it, actually.
The first thing
Alright.
I look for is if I'm in any of these. Damn,
Let's have
I'm
a-
not.
Let's have a classic banger. Not a giga banger. A
Banger?
classic-
I hardly know her.
You were so gay.
Like you'll see Nate in the very first one from 4 days ago.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh shit. I wasn't harassing Tiny. It's not that. I just have fun with her sometimes because she's like,
No, you don't.
old, and I'm trying to give her some life into her, trying to breathe some life into her. Good Lord.
She says she's a certain age. I don't believe her though. She's far too young looking. Is she in the chat? Is Tiny in the chat?
She doesn't
What are you
need to
doing,
be.
Tiny?
I don't think so.
She doesn't need to be.
Yes, she does. She should
She
be.
doesn't need to be here at all. I'm just talking out my ass like usual. Obviously, I'm a fucking liar. Ugh, God.
Usually.
Yeah.
Oh no, she's not in chat. I just checked.
Who wouldn't that be
Tiny's
awkward?
pretty cool.
Good gosh. She's so lucky. I don't just like, man.
I only
who
say
haven't-
she's pretty cool because I know who her family is.
Do you guys
Yeah.
think she'd be more of a cowgirl style of girl or a doggy style one?
I think
I'm
she's got a
leaning-
long nose style of girl who has ties to the entire World Bank system.
Okay, that's just,
Bro, I'm just waiting for her to get MSK with one of the space lasers, bro. One of these days he's gonna be outside. Done.
I can tell she's a girl that likes to take control, but she can't. She has no power. She has literally no energy in her body. What a horrible way to fucking just live. Good Lord, man. We have to make sure she's protected at all costs. She's our prized possession. I like that 1776 bitch I used to have around here. She was
Tiny
fucking
would
trash.
protect you, MSK.
Oh god, that was an inside joke. Sorry, guys. I had to do it. Like, we could talk to Tiny here, have fun with her, but that
Oh my god, that one
1776
had
bitch.
Miss 1776 in it. Holy shit.
Lord, man.
What
That
happened
lady
to
is-
Maria? That's right. I haven't seen Maria Hargis art in a while.
I haven't seen her either. She asked me to look over something for her a long time ago and hasn't talked to me back.
Mm.
All right. I am
You ready this
back.
time?
Nope. Give me the beep. Entertainment quality. Dabbing.
Negro,
I'm-
please.
Bruh.
I have the tools to cope with whatever life throws
Hey,
at me
where are the white women at?
in my asshole. All right. Ugh.
All right, we got it out. Let's go. Ooh woo.
Ugh. I almost just released all into that. Hello?
Hello.
Hello. Hello. All right.
Do you want me to do the intro for you?
All right, we're good. All right, now I hear crickets. God, I'm hearing everything tonight. No, okay, we're gonna do it right after this motorcycle passes through. Stupid Hector Felipe Filippo. Need to leave. Stupid.
I'll
dirty
do it for you.
immigrant.
What is up, denizens of the interwebs? It's
Goodbye. All right. So
taking control
All
of
right.
MSK's channel.
I'm hearing crickets now. Good Lord. All right, let's have some fun. No more bullshitting, guys. Start posting misinformation about me in another YouTube channel. Good Lord. That's literally CNN
That's your Twitch
disinformation.
channel, I thought.
That's CNN
just a
disinformation on
Twitch
that
channel.
channel. All right. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Gamergate 2 exploding as we had a Twitter account that goes by the name of Pirate Nation posting a clip basically of a girl kind of like shaking her ass from a new recent game that just came out. And then that literally caused a meltdown so hard. I haven't seen a meltdown that hard since like the Ghost of Tsushima sequel that ended up getting announced earlier this year. So if you guys want to check out Professor Savage Dad's YouTube, Rumble, and Twitter account, I'm gonna leave those linked in the description box below, as well as Arza Chat's Twitter and YouTube channel. Go and follow them on their social media platforms. That would make me so happy because literally I'm the top G around here and the Riz Master, and they're the cloud chasers. So there's a reason why I want to start off with the point that I have. And the reason why I'm starting it off this way is because you guys know I'm always honest with you, and you can either know that I'm being that way because I want you to truly know these things, because I'm just not someone who's going to lie to people. I'm just going to be who I am, right? So there was basically this kind of moral religious point that was talked about a lot with what we're going to go over in these tweets I'm going to bring up in just a moment here. I want people to know this right now. I am not religious. If you are religious, that's fine. If you go to church and you have a religion, you have a faith, that's awesome. That's really great. But I do not, okay? And I want people to understand what we're going to bring up here is because there's things in like the Bible that could easily just contradict what someone and how someone speaks about it as well, right? Like you get this like moral religious point start going, and let's be honest here, a lot of people really aren't going to listen to that because they feel like they're getting preached to, obviously. I don't think the way that things should go is leaning towards all mostly religious stuff because honestly, that's not that interesting and that would be boring for the most part. Now, is having a lack of religious aspects in some of these things making them worse? I don't know. That's just a case-by-case basis kind of thing, obviously. So we have religious people saying one thing, you have people on the left that say one thing, and then you have a bunch of infighting with people that are supposed to be cool with each other. But as you guys know on Twitter, when something pops off that is pretty heated, then people start calling each other names and stuff like that. And, you know, modern gaming has went in a lot of different directions. Obviously, new games are coming out and completely failing. Like people are literally dropping the games as fast as they're coming out. We'll use Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which is essentially Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4, a game that has been rumored for a very, very long time to come out. And it finally came out this year in 2024, and it lost nearly all of its player base within a week because Bandai as a company is so fucking bad, they can't make anything related to Dragon Ball or keep it going consistently, right? And then I just want to make sure I want people to know this here. There's so many things and lies about gamers. It's just so funny when people talk about these things. So this is a fact you can look up. So you know people correlate being a violent shooter and a violent person with a gamer. There's been 2 studies done on this, and they've come up inconclusive, which mean the fact that playing Call of Duty doesn't make you a violent shooter.
Here, let me explain this in a psychological way. As a student of psychology, basically, the studies have found that there's a small uptick in violent behavior for about an hour after logging off. However, all it does not make you more violent. It merely might expand the purview of violence you are able to partake in. To put it simply, it is statistically insignificant, the results of these studies. It's not that they're inconclusive, it's that they do not matter. Yeah. Basically, there is less than a 5% increase in activity.
And there was another one that I looked up earlier today. There's 2 done, and I was like, okay, now I know. Because people bring it up a lot. They're like, playing violent video games makes you. It literally doesn't. That is a myth. That is a straight up myth. It is a lie. Playing violent video games does nothing to a person, actually. And keep in mind, guys, it's all fictional. Everything you see in a video game is fictional. Now, the only line that I would draw is that if you're actually doing things and saying certain things that can actually harm kids, that's different. That's where I think most people should draw the line at. That's not censorship. I do think kids have to be shown video games in a certain way because you don't want like them seeing certain things that they shouldn't at that age. I think that's it. Anything else is fine. If there's a gaming industry that wants to push like certain things, well, it's capitalism. It's a free market. Anyone can kind of decide what they want.
This is the point of the ESRB system.
Yeah, it's like why we have a rating system like PG, PG-13, rated R, stuff like that, right? Also, let's point this out. If you're religious, why are you playing games with half-naked ladies? Actually, I used to be a Christian. I know the Bible. I've read it. In the Bible, literally says word for word that you should not be lusting after women. Okay? So if you know certain games are going to make you lust after women, why are you playing these games? Oh my God. You're actually not a Christian then. Sorry. If you are doing things actively based off where the Bible says not to do them, you're not a Christian. It's not that hard of a concept to understand. Actually, let's break down further, actually, because I know this stuff very well. What did God do as humans? God essentially made you in his own image, right? So God made women to look the way they do, right? And women look very good naked. I love naked women, actually. Love women a lot because I'm very straight, right? So when we're seeing naked women, they are made in God's image. He literally made them look like that. Are we not supposed to look at hot naked women and admire his creation?
And let's not forget one of the most key quotes. What is it? Let he who has not sinned throw the first stone.
And it also does say women shouldn't actively try to get men to lust. I know, because obviously there's Old Testament, New Testament bullshit. But I'm just giving the most active average thing people say when it comes to this stuff. If you're actively doing stuff that is literally not what the Bible says, or why are you here then? If it's gonna make you sin, you shouldn't be here at all. I'm sorry. And there's certain contradictory stuff in the Bible too. As of like, here's an interesting take. If God really did love all of us, why did he let Joe Biden become president for 4 years? See how now I'm not shitting on people. I'm just saying when you start taking in religious aspects, you have to take in like a bunch of other different, aspects as well when you talk in a conversation. That's why if someone's religious, that's fine. But when you try to push that on people, it's like, like religion is supposed to be kind of like a thing you have with Jesus Christ and God, right? It's supposed to be a personal relationship between you and him, right? But if people literally can't basically control themselves, or if you feel like you can't, you shouldn't be playing the video games. You're not leftists say, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Well, then use that same line of logic here. And here would actually apply that way, because if you're religious, you shouldn't be buying that stuff anyway. Like, if we're going to bitch and moan about half-naked women, in Call of Duty, you can literally mow down terrorists or average civilians that are helping out their fellow man fight the American government army, right? So is mass murder okay in video games? In Grand Theft Auto, because Grand Theft Auto 6 is good. Me up. Grand Theft Auto, all these games for years have been mass controversies around them, okay? So in Grand Theft Auto, I can get a bat and beat a fucking prostitute's brains out, steal her car, and drive it. I can get a shotgun and off somebody if I really wanted to in Grand Theft Auto, right? So we're going to draw the line at half-naked women, but we're not going to draw the line at mass murder?
Okay, here's another point to make here. As I'm sure most people here have seen the movie Hunchback of Notre Dame. If the whole faulty plan of Frollo is he lusts after someone who will never be into him, who does not exist in the same plane as him effectively. Mm-hmm. He lusts after his own personal image of Esmeralda. It's the same thing. If you cannot control yourself to the point that playing a video game causes you to lust,
jerk off. Yeah.
That's not something I would admit to in the online, and it's not the fault of the developers that you have to play with 3 joysticks instead of 2.
Yeah, I agree. Also, the other thing when it comes to religion, I think people need to understand this. I think there's some good values in religion, obviously, that people should uphold. Like, I don't mind parents like took their kids to church and they learned like don't steal, don't all the basic stuff, right? Because I think sometimes you need another person to help someone learn something. It's a very good thing to have different mentors in life teach you stuff. But if you're a parent and your kid is playing like Call of Duty and they're not affected by what they're doing, like, then why should you? Are you telling me kids 13 years old play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and have better fucking sense of control of their brain than average adults at that time? Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's all fiction. All of it is fiction. It's not real. And you start policing what fiction is, then you start getting on a real slippery slope. So here is what set it off. So I am not saying Pirate Nation did this deliberately. I like his stuff, obviously. He posted this. I can't really play this long because it might be considered nudity, but it's just a girl just shaking your ass like this. That's it. This is it. That's it. This is
Pirate Nation is he's an engagement farmer who does it based off of talking to based gamers.
Mm-hmm. Keep in mind, nothing. Look, Cammy from Street Fighter looks more provocative than this. Morgana, Cammy, any of the other Chun-Li. Basically, if Chun-Li bends over, you can see
Ivy?
her whole pussy tail. Is she, Ivy, yes. How many
the entirety
other,
of the female ninjas in Mortal Kombat?
Come on, she is more covered up than Cammy from Street Fighter. People are bitching and moaning about this. Is nothing. If you start jerking off because you're just a weirdo for being on here. You're just a fucking loser. You have no self-control. I would hope fellow men out there have more self-control than that. I think they do.
Now, if you're 14 years old,
on the men, dude. This is why it's called. Now I understand why it's called Goonergate, because Gooners have a hard time, bro.
So then we had
Rule 34 tweet. Is free.
So then we had this big tweet from Dread Roberts that popped up. Now, keep in mind, I don't know this guy. I've never watched a single video of this guy. I'm not saying he didn't have base takes before and he's changed his mind. It's all agree to disagree stuff. But this was the one that really set people off. So let's go down it. Any person with a modicum of decency would say no. See, right there, it's like that right there is moral grandstanding. He says he didn't do it. Yeah. I disagree. Read this again. Tell me if it's not moral grandstanding. He says, "Oh, I didn't do it." You don't have to explicitly say that for people to read between the lines. Now, if you truly didn't mean that, I'll take you at your word. but we have to read what you said for what it is. This is what you willingly put
even
out
if you
and
don't
send on
say-
your phone.
Even if you don't say this is moral grandstanding, what he is saying is if you disagree with him, you are someone who is not of decency. By disagreeing with him, you immediately are someone who does not have a modicum of decency. Instead, you are immediately a degenerate. It might not be moral grandstanding, but it is patronizing, and it is shaming people who might not agree with him.
Any person with a modicum of decency would say no. This is not where the future of gaming should be headed. Good Lord.
And who are you to decide that?
The future of gaming doesn't even look good. And I doubt this would be the reason it stopped.
The future of gaming is pretty up in the air right now with the AAA fucking apocalypse.
Yeah.
Looking to close major studios before year's end.
The constant promotion of half-naked women as the greener side of what gaming is getting is ridiculous. And I'm beginning to think that these people who say they want to save gaming don't actually want to save it. Who are you to decide that? How do you know that?
Yeah, it sounds like the wokies that removed attractive women from gaming in general.
Yeah. So
like, which way, Western man? Shaking ass in Street Fighter 6 or the characters from fucking Dustborn?
Let's keep some context that a lot of people don't remember. The bad guys, when it came to the gaming world back in the 70s, 90s, 80s, and early 2000s, were puritanical Christians, and that's what we're dealing with right now.
I'm not saying, I remember.
Yeah, I'm not saying Jed Roberts is a puritanical psycho Christian, but that is what he is saying right now. Those are the words he's using. If you look back, it was all, these games will make our kids rip the skulls off of their children. It's what it's always been saying. And actually, this is the greener side. Yeah, sexy women, I agree that this is a little too far. She's a little too naked for my liking. But the thing is, we're looking at a pendulum right now. The puritanical left has brought games over here. The First Descendant is all the way over here. We want something right here. Problem is, Dread Roberts is stopping the pendulum over here, still too far to the puritanical side.
Also, I want to point out, he doesn't mention in this tweet who's constantly promoting half-naked women. Because who's doing that, though? I've not really seen people that we follow do that. Who's constantly
Pirate Nation does do that. Pirate Nation constantly does
Pirate Nation, yes. But I don't really see that a lot. Yeah. So many claim to care about morals and the future generations and not giving even an inch of progress to devs who push woke ideology or whatever else. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But then
so many claim to care about morals.
But then they'll turn around and tell young men and women to support titles that throw this stuff in your face.
Yeah, but that isn't woke. That's just scantily clad women. If anything, for the most part, what progressives have done to the gaming industry was turn something unattractive into their primary focus, and nobody wanted it.
I just want to point out, so many claim to care about morals in the future generations, and then turn around and tell young men and women. He's literally saying, oh, won't somebody think of the children? That's literally the argument he just made right there. And second of all, nobody is telling people to go out and buy sex games. That's not what's happening. That is a straw man. That is a lie. What is happening is people are saying these games are not woke. Support them if you want to.
Yeah.
It's not a mandate.
And then that's the thing is the whole claim about morals. Dread, in this post that we're going to read the rest of it, you definitely have a moral stance on things. People individually can have their own set of morals, but then also have a consistent line of logic with coming together on a common ground with other people. You don't I don't have to have the same morals as you guys for us to agree, right? That's just how we don't work as people, right? And the next part is most of what I've seen for months now from these accounts are butt cheeks and cleavage. People have been literally bitching and moaning for months about women being covered up. Now you want them more
covered up?
I don't no. Keep in mind, if you're a Christian, I think this guy's religious. What people said, God literally made women in that image. Why would I not want to look at hot ladies? What's wrong with that? I mean, isn't that just not religious hypocritical bullshit? Seriously, how is this making gaming better?
MSK.
It's not Tuesday. Seriously, how is this making gaming better? that's such a strong. I don't know. I mean, none of us have any
Okay.
stats on that. I mean,
No, I have an answer.
guess.
I have an answer. It's an overcorrection. I agree. It is an overcorrection, but the fact that we're getting overcorrections and they're selling is telling people who spot alarm is money that woke is not the way to go. Going woke will make you go broke, and being anti-woke makes you money. Yes, it's an overcorrection. Like I said, it's a pendulum. We've let go of the strings holding the pendulum. It's swinging over here. We want it to stop in the middle, but it's got to have to go to the other side before it can get to the middle.
All we're doing is pushing normies in the same direction, but on a parallel track. Actually, this is where I start falling off with this. Who gives a fuck about normies? That's the reason why most things have gotten as bad as quality as they've gotten. Bunch of companies pandering to normies. If a normie literally saw a video game at Walmart and wanted to buy it for their PlayStation 5 or their Switch or their Xbox, they do it without us telling them to. Like, normies are mostly attracted to, like, the whole capitalist thing argument we brought up earlier. It's they get to kind of dictate what they want to go to. Like, we're not going to push normies to do anything. They have no basis. That's what a normie is. A normie doesn't know the ins and outs of a lot of stuff. People may argue we just want to push back on the ugly women agenda. But the thing is, there's more to it than just that. You know, they're literally tearing down games that you've loved for years and making them worse. It's not just ugly women. What a way to completely strawman everything in just one thing.
I respect Dread Roberts because he has had good stuff. And you know what? I would love nothing more than to have a conversation with him. Not a screaming match, not a thing filled with invectives, just a standard talk where I can explain my point of view maybe. But the thing is, what he just said right here, he literally just made the same argument that leftists make every single time. And is the argument, why are you upset because you can't just goon to it? He literally just made the argument that we only care because we want to engage in some left-hand shame over the kind of stuff we're engaging with. Does he not realize that this is the exact same argument the left has been making every single video I do?
Mm-hmm.
I'm far too fucking old and married to give a shit about gooning over fucking a game, but like, dude, I'm sorry, but like the art direction and aesthetics of a game like Stellar Blade.
Didn't this guy heavily promote Stellar
It's
Blade?
a hot chick with jiggle physics. And the gameplay didn't look bad.
He promoted Stellar Blade. If you go on his channel and you look through his videos, he promoted that the whole, what was the hashtag? Free Stellar Blade, uncensored Stellar Blade, shit like that.
Yeah, then he should really just shut the fuck up then. Because Stellar Blade, I'm
Stellar
sorry,
Blade,
dude, that chick,
girl's
like,
ass is
every
jiggling.
part of her body shook as she ran. If that isn't goon material fucking number one for the year, then he can shut the fuck up about anything else.
Just trying to make a point to the lefty weirdos. No, the point, oh my goodness, holy shit. The point, people
Seriously,
don't want,
full of shit.
People do not want their IPs shitted on as far as like, how you can name any game franchise out there that's been butchered by these people. There's so many you can name, but I guess it won't matter because people like to do this thing that I'll say after we read this. So where do we draw the line? That's the point there. Everyone's line gets drawn differently. Who's this we that draws the line? This is what people do when movements start getting big. There's people out there that want to try to be the leader of something. No, I will decide what the line is. No, you should collectively decide what the line is because not everyone agrees on the same shit. That's just literally, if you believe in democracy, it's kind of like a memo in that.
On the line.
There are two lines that should be drawn.
Individually decide on what your line is. There is no line that needs to be drawn. It's just fucking content that people are going to buy. And frankly, like, again, if you went out and supported a game like Stellar Blade, your opinion on gooning is fucking moot. That is the gooniest game that's been out in a fucking decade.
Okay, but have you seen the gameplay?
Look good.
Have you seen the gameplay?
Good. The story looked interesting. And
but
those titties jiggled.
There is a line. There has always been a line, and it's the ESRB. Now, I despise the ESRB because they're as incompetent as you can possibly get. But there really should be some company that draws a hashed line that's a recommendation line, and then it is up to the individual to draw their proper line. Because the role of the ESRB is so parents know what to buy their kids at different ages.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Then, because there doesn't appear to be one, this is the thing. I got into an argument with someone a long time ago on my Nightwing podcast about that. He was like, who decides where the line is drawn? Okay, if there's, beside the whole rating system with movies and shit like that, The only line that is drawn is depending on if the audience willingly doesn't support something, then they draw the line at that. That's like the only thing you can kind of conjure up for that. Because if the audience doesn't want to support something, then they draw a line at it. But we all individually draw our lines at different conclusions. It's not a collective thing. This is why I say we need real adults with real ambitions / aspirations and a mature outlook on the future to lead the charge in this industry. He said he wasn't talking about morals, but this is where you were. This is why I say we need real adults with real ambitions and aspirations.
We do need real adults. We need real adults who can make decisions for themselves and can consent to buying games based on how much nudity they're okay with.
People who have their priorities straight and their arousal in check. That's moral grandstanding. I don't know how anyone could write that not knowing how that will be taken.
MSK, you're a fan of BioShock, right?
No.
Okay, well, that's totally the same. But there's an excellent quote in the game said by Andrew Ryan that sums up this perfectly. A man chooses, a slave obeys. What Dread Roberts is asking here is for us all to be a slave to his morality and for the industry to be a slave to his morality. When he says that he wants adults, the real adults are men who choose to engage in content. I won't be playing whatever Defiant because I don't care, and the costumes aren't a selling point. In fact, they're a bit of a turnoff, and therefore I am making the choice as a man not to buy it. If I was a slave, I would buy it by the mandates of buying it, or if I was a slave, I would avoid buying it because of the mandates of morality.
So his follow-up tweet here is, believe me when I tell you, it's not easy to say this knowing how others feel about this stuff, but I have to be honest about what I see. Bro, you got bent out of shape for a woman that looks like this.
Well, no, okay,
Dude,
that second follow-up,
that's so fucking low
gay.
Too.
Are you straight up gay?
Standards.
If you're gay and you like dudes, that's cool, man. But
that
bro,
is a perfectly valid
fucking
point. It is a valid point if he didn't put morality into it. Because that is here. Can you pull up Melanie Mack's tweet? Because she said basically what Dread Roberts said at that point. And she said it correctly.
Ian said, this game doesn't appeal to me either, but it's not like every game is like this, so why let it bother you? Yeah, that I agree with. It's fine. You know?
Yeah.
Melanie's was, I think it was in here somewhere. Where was it? Oh my goodness. Gay. This kind of mentality is why adults need to be put back in charge. All right, you're fucking stupid. Good Lord. Mighty Keith, just here for comments. Hope everyone fuck off, you fucking monkey.
The fact that grifter is coming in here and looking at things. Dude couldn't even be bought. Dude literally begged for an access code to a free game.
No, that was
shit. Am I thinking the wrong guy?
No, but I get your point. Yeah, they would do it anyway. I don't see the Melanie Mack tweet. Oh, so
I did send it to you. I'm just kidding. It's in your messages.
Okay, let me go over in my message right now that you sent me. It's on my other monitor. Nice. No, you didn't. You sent
it's in the Theo one. It's in there. It's attached to it.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay. What am I saying? Oh my God. Quality video we're getting here, guys. It's right here. I had it right here. Holy shit. Okay. So Melanie had this take.
Bangers.
I agree with this take. I've been fighting with y'all against the woke mob turning female characters into troons. And I like characters to look attractive, but I don't want to be lumped in with those pushing for practically softcore porn in a character design. That's degenerate. Melanie, this is not softcore porn.
See, but what I like about this one is she is not moral grandstanding. She says it's degenerate content, and I do agree that X-Defined character is degenerate content, but she is not shaming other people for engaging with it. She's simply saying that it is not what she likes.
Curvy female characters like classic Lara Croft, great, but curvy characters almost completely naked doing super dances. No, thanks. And yeah, if you have a religious background now that she has, that's fine. That's fine. Muscular male character is awesome, but these mods with Leon Kennedy and a jockstrap degenerate, no thanks. We want characters to look good without advocating for porn. But that right there is moral grandstanding. How does she get to decide that?
I don't think that's moral grandstanding because I think that is a point that everyone can agree on.
But there is we want this. I don't care what characters look like. I'll play any character. There is a mod, dude, of Luigi half butt naked beating people in Ultimate. And I'm
The thing
saying,
is, you have to choose to have that. That's what I'm saying. Basically,
yeah,
what I like
yeah.
about Melanie's take is while she does have her perspective as a Christian and as a Puritan,
Mhm.
she isn't going out and shaming other people per se for liking it. Instead, she's simply saying that her contention is that she, as an individual, does not like it. While she's saying you're degenerate, it is kind of true that it is a bit degenerate, but she isn't
Mhm.
shaming you for liking it.
So Theo's tweet was, "This seems like a completely reasonable take. I have no idea why you're catching heat. More evidence that the gooner epidemic is completely out of control. Some people are so addicted to porn and video games, they must consume both at once." So this is the part that I do disagree on. How could someone get addicted to porn looking at this? Keep in mind, the reason why I'm bringing this up, this is what set it off. If you get addicted to porn looking at this didn't get you addicted to porn. You were already addicted to porn to begin with.
Yeah, I think you're doing a chicken and egg situation. I don't think Theo. I could be putting words in Theo's mouth, so apologies if I am Theo. I'd rather put something else in your mouth. I mean, sorry, what?
It's not
the
Tuesday.
entire idea that I'm going off here is basically people are so addicted to porn that they're playing games that affirm their addiction.
Mhm.
Not so much that they're getting addicted to porn playing these games.
Here was the other one. I think she had a lot of tweets here. I mean, people were going at her pretty hard with this. I mean, if people are saying this is how Christian people are, but it's the point where if you're saying we have to do that, it's like, I don't know about that, man. I'm not religious, so I'm definitely not going to do that. Savvy's tweet was this: people using words that once again have no meaning. No one is pushing for softcore porn. People are celebrating what devs want to make. 99% of games have nothing to do with porn. Most don't even have revealing outfits. Regulation needs to be removed from fiction. There's no reason for it. The more people create, the more stories are told, the better. This way, everyone can have something they like. All people have been trying to do is say, don't police what someone wants to make. Don't tell someone they can't make something. Don't tell someone they aren't the right person to tell a story. Don't say a skimpy outfit is violence against women. Yeah, I don't see any of these religious people talk about violence that happens to women in video games. There are games where if you're an archer, you can take an arrow out and shoot a woman straight and kill her. Anybody going to be talking about that? Oh, wait, this is selective. That's why I brought this up as a topic tonight. This is just selective, okay? There's so many other things in video games that glorifies violence and no one brings up at all. Just to point it out there.
I don't care about violence.
The same level of logic and consistency with everything else. If we're going to be doing this, this is where the
American censorship it's always been about sexuality and nudity, and never been about.
Well, no, it wasn't about
restraining violence.
Doom and Mortal Kombat were about violence mostly. Sexuality.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Mortal
They were,
Kombat, but Doom didn't
were-
have any sexuality in it.
No, it didn't. No, you're not wrong. Well, it had demonic instances in it. That was what the
technically,
church was really. But at the end of the day, actually, Doom is a really based kind of Christian game. You're there to destroy demons and shit.
That's literally what the creator says. He's like, I don't know why Christians hate my game. I'm a devout Christian, and the goal is you're killing demons.
So he's
Yeah,
more of a devout
exactly.
Christian
So
than
retarded.
Sophie Reed, who's a devout Christian but shows her butthole for $3.99 a month. So, incidentally, a skimpy woman is also not pornographic. Yeah, because if we're going off that logic that she put out, and I don't disagree with her. What do you do with women in beaches? Do you just not have women going to beach then? All censorship is
These
bad.
people have never been to a beach, or when they go to a beach, they start gooning. This is the people really freaking out about this are gooners themselves who are having a hard time dealing with their level of goonery. I don't think since I've been older than a teenager, I've ever been worked up by a game, and it was never the game itself. Like Laura Croft's cover art was good.
Playing a game. I've never had that.
But like, yeah, I'm sorry, I've never had a game really get me all gooned up
Never.
over anything. So I like I said with Stellar Blade.
Yeah,
I like how she looks. She's hot. The jiggle physics are alone
you played the game for the story.
a step up in graphics quality, and it came out at a time. And even this fucking butt pirate here, dude, is promoting that game and then bitching about this. That there's no logical consistency with the guy. So as far as I'm concerned, his
Pirate
opinion is
Nation
pretty
and Dreadnought
fucking
is
invalid.
They're two different guys.
Pirate Nation and Dreadnought are not the
No,
same.
the Dread Pirate guy.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. There are ways.
His opinion is inconsistent.
There
so
are ways
it's
to voice an
illogical and
opinion.
invalid.
there are ways to voice an opinion without making it sound like a call for censorship. I may not like furry porn, but I'll defend someone's right to draw or model it. Yeah.
That is the most spot on take as well. Because here's the thing, going back, so Dread Roberts accuses us of being the same thing as the DEI pro people. He accuses us of making the exact same moves that they make. The correct response to that is we are not making the same moves. He is. In fact, I will argue games like Dustborn, Dragon Age, all these woke-filled games, there is a place for them so long as you make them scale to the market they belong to. Life is Strange is an incredibly successful game because it is designed exclusively for woke people to a budget that affirms the modern audience's size. If the game has, if there's place for a game in the market, you should make that game. Problem is they are ignoring the rest of the markets to affirm a minority of the market.
So Smash JT commented under that long thread, and his one just popped off so hard. He said, when you are becoming exactly what you're fighting against, you are no better than those you are trying to stop. And then Professor Hayteen said Puritans from the 90s and early 2000s just rebranded, it seems. And now that things are being pushed back a bit, are jumping back in with their own bullshit. Yeah, because that's what happens when people get like leaders or bigger figures in a group. Someone will always try to take it over and be like, no, we should be doing it my way. And it's like, no, don't fuck off. Oh my God. So Dread Roberts actually tweeted back to him, and he said, Smash, who was apparently a married man with children of his own, seems to think that another married man with children of his own setting boundaries and having morals / values is becoming exactly what you're fighting against. This is fictional, Dread. This isn't real. You won't see this in real life unless you're talking to some fucking skanky hoe bag. This isn't real.
Yeah, who is he trying to be? Who's he gooning out there?
And keep in mind, I've known plenty of women that are fine with this stuff. You'd be surprised how many are just like, they're cool with it. Savage Dad's wife used to wear cat ears to school.
Now, there's an issue. Like that. There's another issue with what Dread Roberts just said here. I hate to say it because it's an overused term that white women have appropriated and made meaningless, but he is literally gaslighting right here by saying that he is establishing boundaries. To establishing boundaries is setting a personal boundary. He is trying to set boundaries for the industry. He is obfuscating and lying right now.
And how are you going to decide what the morals and values of another man's relationship is with him, with his wife or his girlfriend? How do you decide that? Maybe you guys just have different ways you have your boundaries, and that's fine.
This guy smacks of fucking engagement farming. I'm sorry. He smacks of griftiness. He isn't logically consistent in his opinions at all. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's full of shit. But hey, it's definitely gonna get him $15 from X
payouts. Yeah. So here's the last part where I wanted to tell people about how much you have to kind of watch who you talk to as far as content creation, because basically a tweet could fire off and you could have an argument with someone, and then it could lead to what I'm going to read here is what he brought up. Hilarious. I've been fighting against DEI relentlessly and was one of the very first people to defend him when Mercante was going after his wife. Okay, so did you do that because you truly liked him, or did you do that in a way where he had to kind of owe you that favor? Because that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people do things for you, hoping that you'll pay them back for it. You know, if I did that for somebody, if I did that for you guys, and I defended you in a video, right? I wouldn't have to put that out there. If I defended you, I did it. I don't need to tell people I defended you. I'm not trying to look for some sympathy doing it. Oh, well, lesson learned, I guess. So you're going to throw away a potential colleague over a disagreement on Twitter? Did you really like this guy to begin with? What are we doing here? Incredible how my call for not taking things too extreme just to own the other side has shaken people to the core so hard that their brains have snapped in two. It's hard to believe, really. No, people just called you out on your terrible take you had here. This is terrible. If you thought
it's just a shit. It's a purposefully shit take meant to do what he did. I mean, the guy was fishing, obviously, and everybody fucking hit the bait on this one.
Dread, if you were cooking like this, your food is burnt shit. I'm not eating that.
See, this is why, dude, when you see these shit takes like this one, you got to click on somebody's profile and you got to scroll back. Oh, wait, you got to look and see, like, is this guy consistent in this, or is this a big fish job? If you'd have rolled back to his takes on Stellar Blade, you would have seen that he's clearly fishing here. It's bullshit.
Or he doesn't truly stand on the things he says.
Bullshit.
So Atreus, who's friends with Kaida, says, "What are we doing here? Why is it so hostile over a differing opinion?" Ask him that. He's the one that made his 8-paragraph essay tweet, dude. But no, I agree with Atreus, though. I like him. Leon said, he's right, though. You're morally grandstanding and trying to impose it on others, which is what the other side does. Yeah, it seems self-righteous and arrogant. Maybe that's not your intent, but that's certainly how it comes off. Yeah.
Okay, real quick on that point of Words of Paradise, that has been what Christian Puritans have always done. That has been
and
it's
not a new thing. Yeah.
People fail to acknowledge what actual politics look like. People think that you see the graph, the graph looks like this. That's not actually what political positions look like. It is a circle. It is a globe. The further you go one way, the closer you get to the opposite opinion. So that's why woke and Puritans are always saying the same kind of things, because they're so far down the aisle that they end up meeting.
Melanie's tweet down here was, attractive characters don't have to emulate strippers. Melanie, this isn't emulate a stripper.
Okay, there are times where that character does things that kind of emulate stripper behavior. I will agree with that.
We can want attractive characters without wanting them to act slutty. Who was she to decide that, though?
But the thing is, all right, I'm not just something from
in Street Fighter, when the girls die and you beat them, they moan sexually. They literally moan.
Look, I'm not defending Melanie just because I really badly want her to call me the F slur, a bundle of sticks, a certain British delicacy. I think that would cure me. I think that would turn me straight if she just did that one time. I'm not just saying because of that. But the way that I've read every single one of Melanie's tweets isn't that she's begging the industry to do it. It does not sound like she's trying to strong arm the industry into making those choices, whereas Jed Roberts is sounding like he wants to do that. It just sounds like Melanie doesn't want to engage with the content, and that's fine.
That's the thing, though. If she doesn't want to engage with it, she doesn't have to, though. No one's
and she
forcing
isn't.
her to. Yeah, and that's good.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, if you are religious and you have these beliefs, don't engage with it. Don't look at it. I mean, the Bible says don't lust after women. Literally says that. Kaida says, I think the point he's making is wanting to censor some games and having a moral grandstanding is exactly what we're fighting against. So doing the same thing is not right either. Yeah, I agree. It's crazy how this went downhill so fast with people calling you and Melanie Puritans that want to censor games. You two are for attractive characters. Just calm it down a little. Yet somehow that's too extreme. And here, I and others in replies just want nuance again. Yeah. This part, I agree with this part. There needs to just be straight up nuance with all this stuff. It shouldn't be one way or the other. It should be, we should just go with kind of what people are interested in buying. But this was one of the biggest shit shows I've seen in a while. Oh, God. And then,
but no. Oh.
Everybody, this is what JT's last tweet was. He said, weird take, but whatever. In my opinion, gaming is not about morals and setting boundaries. I agree. It's fictional. Literally, you have to go so far out of your way to get to doing gaming. It's literally based off escapism, enjoyment. If a game comes out that isn't for you, don't support it. That's your right as a customer. What you're doing here with this stance is purposefully antagonizing people, fighting against censorship for a reaction. I will always call for less regulation in an artistic space, not more. Telling developers how they should be able to make a game and how they shouldn't makes you no better than the challenges we're facing right now.
And let's be very clear. People are saying that this is a bad thing for Gamergate 2. This is a good thing. This is not Gamergate 2 blowing up. This is showing us that we are actually on the course to winning right now.
Walters also put out, just because you play a game with hot women doesn't mean you're lusting after them. Yes. And I agree with that too. A lot of people think that. I'm not saying you do, but I'm saying a lot of people think that, oh, because you like playing a game with hot women, you just like jerking off to them. It's like, dude, what is wrong with you? Why is your mind just going to that extreme? What is wrong with people in the perception of gamers? They think because you play Call of Duty, you're going to be a mass shooter. People are legitimately retarded, legitimately stupid. Holy fuck. But we'll get Arza's and Savage Dad's final opinions on this stuff. Arza, what is your final opinions on the whole Gamergate 2 explosion that we just happened? We just
Infighting
have
is always stupid. If you're gonna invite, don't. It's a dumb thing. There's no reason to do it. If you can't have a simple conversation about it, don't do it. And what I really think Smash AT and Dread Rubber should do is they need to appear in a live stream together and finish the discussion on stream together in a civil manner where they can work it out. Or do that, but only if they live stream that too. The other point that I want to make is this shows that us as Gamergate 2 are winning
OnlyFans.
because
I'm done.
Let me just quickly scan my card. The entire notion, though, is that because we have pushed so far against woke that we now have the bandwidth to do a little bit of discussion between ourselves. This is a sign that we are winning and we are on the right path. We just need to stay focused and cross the finish line, and then we can discuss where to go from there. We should not be getting confused right before winning.
Yeah. Savage Dad, any final thoughts on this whole thing?
I agree with what Arza is saying there, but I also, just like I've been saying the whole time here, this reeks of engagement farming. I think he's clickbaiting. I don't think he's logically consistent at all. And so I just don't care what he has to say at all now. Like, I'm very quick to judge when I see somebody being logically inconsistent with their past statements. And unless they come out and address in their initial statement, I may have felt this way about Stellar Blade, but after some deep introspection, I've decided that game wasn't great either. So now, fuck them both. Instead, he's literally just engagement farming. So I think he's full of shit.
Or
dude, you don't realize
what you
so
said.
many people.
Did you ever
believe
what you even said to begin with? That's the thing, though. If you're going off of those stances,
so
then
many people. Look at the Krasensteins, dude. So many people on X are grifting, are constantly trying to get that churn till they hit that one thing that blows up, and they're going to get that paycheck. And hey, if that's your fucking bag, then go for it. But when I see that shit, I disengage because I know what you're doing and I don't care anymore. I don't care about your opinion anymore, and I'm not going to follow you. I unfollow people when I see that shit. When I see that you're being logically inconsistent and basically flip-flopping on, especially on this, and you're going so hard on it so you can keep the engagement fresh. Nah, fuck that. I won't engage with you anymore. I'll just unfollow. It's a waste of my time. I'm here to talk to people who are logically consistent in what their arguments are. I don't care what side of it's on. If you can actually have a conversation and have a logically consistent stance on something that a little bit of time spent on your profile isn't going to reveal to me, then nah, fuck it. You're not worth the time. You're just trying to get paid, and you're going to get gooners and goobers and dipshits that don't pay attention to this and don't even read your post in the first place, responding to the first 5 sentences you wrote in that novel of a post. Then that's good, dude, get it, but it ain't going to be me. I'm not interested. I don't care about people that do crap like that. It's the same reason I don't engage with any of the Comicsgate fucking Ethan Van Sciver sycophants.
You don't know
anymore.
where they logically
I block them.
Are going to hold their line.
I mute them. Yeah, they don't. They don't hold a line. So I just block and mute them, like that dumbass Tiso a million years ago, who both said the books were cheap and then said, if you're not rich, you shouldn't buy books from Comicsgate creators. And it's like, well, you're a fucking idiot. So,
my final thoughts on this is, I think people have to understand there's always going to be a right and a left side, but there's always going to be that middle ground. And I think more people kind of fall into that middle ground than anything, right? I do not think that a girl that looks like that is softcore porn. I truly think if you think that, you're literally retarded. Your opinion shouldn't matter for shit. Because by that logic, then, I mean, if a woman's half naked like that, should they not wear bras and underwear then when they're in front of you? I guess, like, what have been arguing anymore at that point? This is stupid. You know? I think if you're religious and you are a Christian, if these games kind of make you do bad things and not follow the Bible, then, well, maybe you got to give up gaming then. You know, if it's making you get this way, right? Another thing to bring up as my final point here is having these agreements and disagreements is fine. But I do think if people are so quickly to throw each other under the bus, and it's like, were you ever really colleagues at that point? Did you ever really like each other? You know, because that's the thing is, I think the more this kind of unfolds as far as gaming content goes, I think a lot of people have to understand not everyone's going to agree on everything, but people will see one post and then fly off the handle, and then in that instance of rage, kind of show you who they are. Because right there, he just showed he never really cared if Felissa Mercante talked about Smash JT's wife. He never cared about that. Because if he did, you wouldn't be just throwing someone under the bus like that. And I'm not saying Dread Roberts is a bad guy. I never watched his videos, but his takes are just absolutely stupid. Like this whole Christian moral grandstanding is done. I'm not religious, guys. I don't care if we have half naked girls in games anyway. Actually, I like looking at women. Women also like looking at hot women, you know? And if you don't, oh, the fuck well. That's what I got to say to that. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, a.k.a. Master Swag King. We're signing out, guys. See you guys later. Deuces. Peace. All right, Arza, anything you want to say before you gotta head out?
If you like my contributions to that kind of stuff, to what I had to say here,
I don't. I hate you.
Well, fine. You guys should check out after MSK stream. Let's be very clear. After MSK stream, you guys should check out my actual video on the subject matter, because I basically did a bit more of that. I went a bit more in depth than MSK did. I went through Specialty T's actual article on the subject. And especially Professor Savage said, you and I should get together at some point, because I want to run by some ideas to you. If you just want to like send me a message when you're free or something.
He's mine. I keep him locked up in a cage for myself.
The fuck
and if they all stop,
I'm already up late as it is.
Oh shit!
Turn into a pumpkin and go to sleep.
Thank you, Walter S, for sharing the link to my channel, and I guess I'll see you guys on the next one.
Yeah, we'll see you. Monday. Yeah, it's Monday. Yeah,
probably Monday, unless you need me earlier than that.
No, we're good. Well, we only have one more topic left anyway, and we're good. Which is comic book related, which is gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a nice little fun one, actually.
All right. See you guys.
See you later, man. You want to make love? All right, he's gone.
The Muke mic.
Let's see. Is it not Tuesday? All right. What did you get for the pull list this week? We're gonna go over that, and we're gonna go over this last thing. I have it literally right here.
I haven't looked at this. I mean, the only thing I really have that I'm intending to pick up is going to be Silent Night 3. I haven't read any of these, dude. I'm going to fucking be on book 4 by the time I get around to reading them, but I'm going to try to get them read this week. So I got that. I don't know that there's any other Christmas shit coming out, but now I kind of want to go look and see. And pull up League of Comic Geeks thing and see what's going on.
There wasn't that much stuff that came out this week, I think. Let me see.
No, dude, it's going to be a light week leading up to Christmas. Everybody's Christmas shopping or nearly done Christmas shopping. What was that? 12/11, so that's tomorrow's release day. So what do we got coming out? Weird-looking Spider-Man. Action Comics, nobody cares. Ooh, Transformers 15, but I'm reading that in trades. Green Lantern with Hal Jordan, I don't care.
Found it.
Waste of character coming back. Oh, look. Girlverine, issue 1. Great. Batman Dark Patterns. Interesting, but not that interesting. Deadpool Team Up. Is this the Rob Liefeld thing? It's got a Liefeld cover. The Return of Major X. I don't even remember who the Return. I don't.
Oh,
think I ever saw
did you get the Deadpool Wolverine Weapon X Traction book?
No, what the hell was
Wolverine
that?
One shot. Oh god, it came out I think last week actually.
There's a pet pool party with a cat, a mouse, and a dog version of pool and Deadpool.
Oh, it's now official.
Trying to make
Rob
some sort of
Liefeld,
winter thing.
Rob Liefeld did his last page for Deadpool. So Deadpool Team Up number 4 is coming out, and that's his last book for Marvel. It's gonna go back to
today. There we go. Silent Night, Batman Santa Claus. I like the cover. That looks good. Dude, I've heard the Conan books from Titan are actually pretty fucking decent. So, but definitely looking at the Batman one tomorrow. I don't see anything else unless they've got some other Christmas story thing I'm missing on.
And this will be right here is good for your kids too.
I'm gonna get a heater out here. This new studio of mine in the garage without insulation. Oh, a little cool
All
at
right.
night.
You guys are gonna really like this one actually, and this is
Are you gonna
something that
bang her?
Mm-mm. This is something
Bang
we've been
hers.
talking about for so long. It's finally happening again. At least DC's doing it. Maybe Marvel might do it eventually. You know, well, they did do it. At some
What? I
point.
thought we already did that with the.
Oh no, it's just this
in-
just came up literally this week. Marvel.
Oh, a
I
new
remember-
one.
Yeah, so Marvel tried doing this with their remember those 3-pack comic books that they used to do for Marvel and DC. Marvel kind of stopped doing it, and so did
Oh,
DC.
when they had them in the stores, like you'd see the 3-packs and the
You used to
5-pack.
open it and you
They
could
were
put
always
the posters
moving.
together.
Yeah, it was
That
just
was
always
cool.
shit that
I
was
liked it.
overprinted, and
Yeah,
they would
what's
put them
cool is
in the plastic
that-
bags and hang them.
yeah, you had like the little posters here and there. You could like match them together if you got all 4 of them right. That was a kind of cool idea. I still have some sealed. All right, guys,
Oh yeah.
this one's gonna be good. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about DC Comics being sold at Dollar Tree. So, as you guys know, I am a huge fan of comic books. I buy mangas, graphic novels, aka trade paperbacks, omnibuses, floppies, you name it. I love comic books. But the one thing that me and Professor Savage Dad have always said since we've been doing this is if you want to get like a newer generation of, kids that are going to grow into young adults and adults in the future, if you want to get them to read comic books, you have to put them in big box retailers or gas stations or liquor stores, places that everybody goes, have them in the front of the store in like those styrofoam box cases or spinner racks. All that stuff matters. And people are going to be like, what about comic book shops? Not everyone, including myself, has comic book shops around. Guys, I don't have a shop around me. I would literally have to order stuff online or go out of town for it. So keep in mind how many other people also go through that. They just can't access comic books because they don't have a comic book shop around them, right? So this is a great idea. DC and Marvel were doing this before. Remember how like back in around 2016, 2017, that when DC Rebirth popped off and after Civil War II, written by Brian Michael fucking Bendis, kicked off, Marvel and DC had you could basically buy like 4 comic books for $10. Well, DC was 3 for $10, Marvel was 4 for $10. Wrapped up, sealed. DC had the whole 100-page giant and everything, but all that stopped, right? And then people kept asking, well, where's the new generation of comic book readers at? Well, the problem here, guys, is that you can't just rely on the shops anymore because that's just not the go-to place where people go to read books anymore. Like, the people that go to comic book shops are people that have already been invested in the scene for so long that even when their kids are coming up, they don't give their kids that stuff. They read like Dogman or Naruto or Dragon Ball Z shit, right? But this is a really good way for people to acquire comic books at a really low, cheap price, get in, and start just loving the medium. Now, another thing I'll say, which is, people are like, well, what if the story's bad? I do not firmly give a flying fuck. It's subjective, guys. It's all how you interpret it. If they buy these books and they like them, that's good. And the reason why that's good is because they'll start buying more. They'll go down a rabbit hole of like, oh my God, what's an omnibus? What's a trade? I only got this story and I loved it. Where's more of it? All you need is just to expose somebody to it and you get them down a rabbit hole. Kind of like if you ever got someone hooked on weed, but that's a pretty extreme example there. DC Comics at Dollar Tree for $1.25, and it's even cheaper than the normal floppies you buy because this is already discounted reprint stuff, obviously, right?
Yep.
First issues of DC comic books are now on display at Dollar Tree locations across the USA for $1.25 each. Find first issues of DC comic books at Dollar Tree for only $1.25, a bargain compared to the usual prices of $3.99 or more. Over 38 DC Comics #1 issues, specifically created for Dollar Tree, offering fans a wide selection at budget-friendly prices. Comics are polybagged to prevent damage, featuring the same stories as the sold in comic book stores, but with different ads. Diverse titles include Aquaman, Batman, Green Lantern, Harley Quinn, Wonder Woman, and more available nationwide. I love this idea. Now do Dollar General. And then after that, do 99-cent stores. The perfect places where people...
was dead, bro.
Just in California and New York. They're still around. They just closed down locations in California, New York, and Texas.
Dude, they're closed in Arizona, too. They went out of business. They're
because
gone.
The minimum wage went up to $20. Yeah.
No, they closed everywhere nationwide, dude. 99-cent stores dead. Dollar Tree literally moved into every fucking 99-cent store here in Arizona. They bought up all their fucking stores and moved in
Ours
them
closed down too. Yeah,
bro.
Well, it's right there. That sucks because 99-cent store would have been a great place to put this stuff in. How many people actually went there? Ours was always packed here.
Dollar Tree is going to be the same fucking thing, dude. So it'll be easy. And Dollar General can get it. And a lot of these discount stores, because all these discount facsimile editions that they have overprinted and nobody's buying.
This is stuff that the store with them. This is basically the stuff that the stores couldn't sell and they just ship back to the publishers. Cam post to X, they're selling DC Comics at Dollar Tree now. Absolute W. Between this and the compact comics, DC's making really good choices lately. And the DC's Finest line, which I like, but they're not in order, but it's okay. It's a great idea. DC selling comic books back in big box retailers, compact comics, and their Finest line. DC is doing a very, very good job this year. And including images of the DC comic titles being sold at Dollar Tree, the comics available, and the point of sale that displays them. So this is basically stuff from Rebirth, the New 52, obviously. And there's obviously way more than $1.25 for a 24-page floppy. Wonder Woman Rebirth, Superman Rebirth, Harley Quinn, Joker War. Do it factor in. That Green Arrow book right there is from Dawn of DC. That's written by Joshua Williamson. That's new right there. This is great. This is all that I've ever wanted was comic books to go back into retailers like a Dollar Tree or a Dollar General. That's it. Dollar Tree is an American discount store with over 15,000 stores across the country, as well as the additional dollar bills and Family Dollar stores. A representative of the company that has been distributing these titles to Dollar Tree got in touch with Bleeding Cool to tell us about the titles that they've been supplying. We have 38 titles currently in the stores and all #1 issues. List below. We are launching additional #1 issues early next year. Limited release per issue. All titles are DC. This is not the first time that Dollar Tree has stocked DC Comics, often with grab bags. They did with Yu-Gi-Oh! Too, or trade paperbacks. But this seems to be a wider and more focused sale than before. It initially looked like to me these were overstocked from somewhere, but it seems not. They were specially created for the company. I asked if they were the same comics sold at comic stores and was told that these stores are the same but with different ads. All the prices are at $1.25 at Dollar Tree, available polybagged, all that stuff. Remember, DC Comics launched DC Rebirth with a special Rebirth #1 one-shot, and the continuing DC Rebirth series is starting with a new #1 again, so there may be some confusion over which title is which, but here's the list of more to come. Yeah, they tried doing this with Walmart with the whole 3-pack, 4-pack thing. That's not really a thing anymore, but I wish they kept it. So here's a list of all the #1s here. You have 38 of these. Holy crap. Good God. Aquaman #1, Batman 89 #1, Batman and Robin #1, 52 Batman #1, Batman Rebirth #1, Eternal #1. All this is good. All of this is great. So I'll ask you, man, what do you think about the whole DC Comics being sold at Dollar Tree? Think it's a good idea?
No, it's absolutely. It's always a great idea when you want to put these in the hands of people. Unfortunately, if they're putting out a lot of new stuff, I think they have a harder time just because the quality of stories these days is so it's just not great. But I mean, like, if they're really selective, if they pick some interesting stuff, like, say, I don't know, some Batman Hush reprints, maybe some parts from Court of Owls, you get bits and pieces here of different issues, maybe get people started off on something and they're like, oh, this is interesting. I want to read the rest of the story. We'll go wander into their comic book shop and get into it. But Yeah, it's I fear what it ends up being, especially since they announce it like this, and this is the problem that the Walmart books had too, is far too many collectors go in there and fucking scoop this shit up,
Yeah.
thinking they're gonna resell
But
it
these are
or
massively print.
who knows what the
They
fuck.
said that these are
Yeah.
limited, but these are massive across all these stores anyway. You know, so it's not really limited per
Yeah.
se. You know, but that's all you need is that you see a kid, he sees a Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman comic, and he just, Mommy, can I get this for me? That right there could make a comic fan for life, right there. You know,
Yep.
that's all you need,
Could.
because them leaving or not being in big box retailers is not good. You know, it's not done them
No,
any
it's just not
benefit.
there. You're not
And they're charging only
in the face of
$1.29.
anybody who'd buy them.
And keep in mind, I think they should do this for older stuff too. And keep in mind, also, this is not going to hurt the shops to a certain extent. It's because this stuff is already so old that you could sell it for $1.25 and it's not going to matter, right? So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Great idea, in my opinion. I'm glad this has happened for DC. They've had the finest line, Compact Comics, and now they're back at Dollar General. So it's good. I'm sorry, Dollar Tree. Put them in Dollar General if you want to. I'm situating that. But yeah, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King. I'm signing out, guys. See you guys later. Deuces. Peace. I'm black. Interesting.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry
Oh, God. Give me 1 second. What are you doing?
You're still live, MSK.
I know. Interesting. Why do I hear Santa jingle?
Merry Christmas to everybody.
All right. So who's gonna get butt fucked by EVS?
Can't get butt fucked by an innie, my guy.
Oh, that's actually EVS having butt sex.
I still can't believe he made this whole big deal about 3D assets. Camelot is someone that he pushed, had an artist use them.
Yeah, but dude, where is he with Camelot after the launch? In all honesty, if this thing doesn't start to get close to 6 figures, Ethan and the big guys at CG are gonna fucking drop him completely.
I could believe that they didn't
think they stick
bother
around.
like
They're
talking to
grifting
him.
on him for clout.
Yeah,
like they're
'cause
trying to get on him because
he has a
big
massive
audience.
YouTube audience. Yeah,
and he's a very uninvolved character in all of this, other than the fact that he just talks to Ethan because Ethan helped him out with this thing. But knowing the kind of guy that Ethan is, you know that he's there to get something out of it, and it's just like,
oh
no.
Even Anna, remember that Star Wars girl? She didn't fulfill her campaign for the calendar, the 2024 one. Yeah, that's obsolete and useless now. She's gonna do a 2025 one that she's gonna crowdfund and not put out. And it's like,
dude, in all honesty, some of these chicks that are doing stuff like that, like Anna, she just got married, she just had a baby, she should probably walk the fuck away from it for a while. I mean, maybe because she doesn't do this enough to be living on the money made from it. I mean, maybe I'm sure she does. I'm sure she makes some money, but as irregularly as she streams, no, I'd be willing to bet her husband makes good money and she's comfortable and doesn't need this.
Like,
she
why does it run?
Fun, but
why does this run as a thing with people
money.
that talk to EVS though? Like, she's just laying on her back getting fucked, as people just don't have their products in their hands that they willingly gave her money for, but she gets a free pass because she's a girl.
Yeah, well, pretty much. No, I mean, she shouldn't. It's completely fucked up, but like, did she even have a track record of
fulfillment? No.
Yeah, no.
Well, one that was successful. No, people always were demanding refunds, and
if it's more than
Indiegogos are pretty fucking good lord.
Yeah, if it's more than $20 and the person doesn't have a solid history of fulfillment, I'm not there anymore. I'm not going to spend the money on it. Just not going to happen. Not for an actual crowd fund. Now, if you're telling me somebody's doing a pre-order or like kind of like the Rip a Cinder Eric July method, okay, that's got a little bit more credence for me. I might show up a little bit for that. I might be willing to drop 40-50 bucks there if you're new but you're working under a business model that has allowed more actual success and not restrained, but those who are interested in, especially in the Indiegogo model, where they basically dump cash into your hand as soon as it gets sent to you.
Good night, Arza.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna not be
What about
interested now. Like Kickstarter is a little more legit because they hold on to it till you actually ship shit.
Oh, that's the next thing we got to do on Sunday. Because
yeah.
Are you busy? You said you're off the next 2 days. On Thursday, we could talk about the whole iconic comic situation they had with Common America with Indiegogo, with them withholding the funds.
That was pretty fucked up. It had to be early. I still work on Friday.
Oh, so we'll just do it like early, like 7 then. Actually, at 7.
Yeah, I might be able to do something around then. Let me. I will report back to you that day.
But if not, we can do it Sunday.
Christmas
Probably
shit.
it's fine.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the thing. And Ethan was like, "No, hold the line at Indiegogo," and it's like, why do these people love Indiegogo so much? What is this?
Because Indiegogo gets the money right away, and that's it.
Kickstarter, you have to wait till your campaign fills to get the money. Yeah, of course, because Ethan needs the money right away for his pies and his crack.
For his pies, his crack, his divorce attorney, all of these things he probably needs cash for. So,
all right,
bro, everything going on with John Malin makes me feel good about skipping Godlike 2, man. That book ain't coming out. 6 years.
6 years minimum, you think?
If he's going through a divorce, man, he ain't doing shit on those books. Worse yet, if he's already started collecting the money from that book,
before we go,
his wife gets some of it.
Last night, Mandy Summers was on Comicsgate Kings for obviously reasons, and she was promoting Gem Shock #1, but she said it was already going to the printer. What?
She's full of shit. It's a crap self-insert book. She's not a real creator. It's a bullshit cash grab book that good luck everyone.
All right, so do you have any closing thoughts or statements for tonight's show?
Yes, go pick up Batman Silent Night if you can find it, dude. In all honesty, the floppies for this might be kind of hard to come by. I'm seeing a lot of people who ordered it really slimly, so I don't know if it's got resale value. I can't say that it would, but this is one of those things that like you're not gonna find in back issues. And the first one was so much fun. I will have read this, but you got to get that. If you ordered that one, dude, we got to review that.
The first one? Yeah, I did. I ordered
the first one.
I did. I ordered it. Yeah, that's where I have it. I checked. I got the mail. It doesn't look like I got John's or Vaughn's thing. Maybe she didn't get it out of. They said I have a pile there, so she didn't grab it. So I'll just have to go up there and get it, or just tell her, hey, did you get any white envelopes or books of theirs? Because I do want to get and read them. Good God.
Yeah, I would go check it out and see where it's at, dude. Because I'm gonna be mowing through a bunch of this stuff, so we're gonna definitely be able to get some reviews churned out. I've got to get some whiskey reviews, which is what I will be working on, is getting some editing done for my advent calendar reviews. I've been drinking the whiskey and filming the little review of it, but I haven't had time to edit it and post, so just gonna do it in a big fat
that's
chunk.
what I've been doing. We've been doing these shows to get some of this stuff done, and I've been just like knocking videos off constantly. Oh my God, I feel so good. And tomorrow I'm gonna get more videos done after we get done with the show at 6 and the panel show too. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK show. I'll be back here tomorrow for a one-on-one at 6 p.m. PST, and then obviously we have the panel show at 8 p.m. PST. Hopefully this side of my mouth will feel better tomorrow, because holy shit, it's just agonizing. It's not bad. It's just I should probably blow on the food before I eat it. Oh, God.
Spit on that thing. Give the
Yo,
to her,
we'll
and
see
then
you
rip
guys.
people off.
We'll see you guys
and leave the
later.
country.
Have a great night, buddy.